despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to get by. The despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to survive. Come along and watch him play. He's got some goals and you must pay. Tune in, watch him beg and cry. His bills are due, he just may die. The despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to get by. The despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to get by. The despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to survive. Watches begging streams all day. He sucks at games but makes you pay. Day off tomorrow and DoorDash. Send in some tips, he needs your cash. The despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to get by. The despicable world of Darksydephil. He needs your money to survive.
This is how you don't play. Do I consume the rations? Carlito is a buggy bullshit boss assassin. Or book the black killed me again. I'll randomly hit a wall right there. A secret path, oh yeah. I'm stuck at the beginning. How do I get out, y'all? Why the hell is Kirby as hard as Dark Souls? How the fuck can I get shot through double walls? Scuffing sucks turds out my asshole. What the hell is this? I cannot shoot the gun. No ink ribbons left, ended with an F. Forgot Ludwig had a first phase. Bug jumping mechanics, what the hell is that?
This is how you don't play.
Ah, come on, he didn't pick up the plants.
This is how you don't play.
The breastfeed is crude, I'm a married dude.
This is how you don't play.
Sexy robots, what's the scenery got?
This is how you don't play.
Oh my god, these dogs, I did nothing wrong.
This is how you don't play.
I named my character but can't go on.
This is how you don't play.
Sekiro cannot roll. World of Warcraft, still being harassed. Don't steal the backpack.
Now guys, once upon a time there was a guy named Evil AJ. He invented making fun of Phil's gameplay. Nobody ever hated Phil before that day, just don't ask Alex Valle or anyone from SRK. Cause Phil needs you to believe this is when the hate started. Before that he was highly regarded. Before he groomed a minor, before his hair parted, before he masturbated, and way before he sharded. On stream I'm a chess machine. Hey chat, tell me which piece is the queen. I would yield but the button remains unseen. Did you know you could have an ELO of 14? The kingdom cries when they see my dumb ass. I must glue all my balls into one coherent mass. Getting outplayed by this VTuber lass. Wearing armor in the rain till I'm burn marks on the grass. You ever see yellow paint in a game? That's there for me. Like, seriously, there is documented evidence of this. You're welcome.
Ignoring all the trolls, to him they are just sound. When the kingdom reigns, there's no more. castle to forever be housebound. He got himself a new PC. Now the trolls will cope and see. Blessed with riches from the keynotes, but we all know where that money goes. The casino will bring him bad luck. The king will always fuck it up. Then soon the detractors will sing, fell to the king, 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 fell to the king. Soon the riches will run out, then the king will have to shout, taking their taxes and some coin, hoping for the casino to rejoin. And then the detractors will sing, fell to the king, 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 fell to the king. Trolls will cope, trolls will see, but will still sing, fell to the king.
I'm caught up on Rakaita Law and on Darksydephil. I didn't know there's like deep dive, there's like 4-hour deep dives into these people on YouTube, and I don't sleep much, so I was listening. You know, I know all about Darksydephil and his fundraising scams. My favorite is my favorite.
Go on, Steve. Tell us your favorite. Tell us your favorite. He's a dirty.
Did he ask you to pay for his state income tax and then ask for more money to pay the income tax on the new money?
Steve, tell us your favorite Phil scam. Which one is your favorite?
My favorite was when he did a fundraiser to get the state taxes that he owed, and then he got that, and then he went back to the audience. He was like, I got a problem because now my income went up and now I need more money to pay the
more money.
Get him!
He's a bum.
No, I think I feel bad for him though, because if that guy was such an early adopter into streaming for games and he was getting millions of views, and now look at his views, it's sad.
No, but you don't understand, Steve.
He's a survivor, though. You got to give him credit. He's like, I used to get millions of views, and now I'm streaming with PPP for 1,000 views and $27 in donos. You know, like he's a survivor. Good.
He's a survivor. So back in the day on Twitch, like it turned out like the average person on Twitch got about 26 cents or 50 cents a viewer, right? Darksydephil makes like $58 per viewer. And it's just like they call it pignosis, Steve. So they call him
needs 10 viewers to have a good night.
They call him the pig roach, and he operates what's called pignosis, where he tells everybody how poor he is. He's on the verge of homelessness. They're going to take his house. They're going to take his car. My favorite, Steve, was that he was going to be forced to eat lunch meat sandwiches. He's like, what do you guys expect me to eat lunch meat sandwiches?
Wait, what?
Worse than a meatloaf.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you don't know this one, Worst?
No, I don't know
the lunch. Reduced to eating lunch meat sandwiches.
Yeah, one of Phil's complaints was that he needed more donos because otherwise he'd be so poor that he would have to resort to eating lunch meat sandwiches, and that just won't fucking do. So Phil needed that money. Now, Steve, have you heard of where all the money goes? Because Phil makes like $200,000 a year.
Didn't he spend like tens of thousands of dollars on a wrestling mobile game?
That's right, Steve. Yes, he did.
And then he said he wasn't playing that, and somebody caught him, and then he said he sold the account, and that's somebody else. Yeah.
So I was trying to get him.
Oh,
I was trying to get him to ask to it again today. So on the wrestling show, we now have a segment called Grill Phil, where every week week I grill Phil about his various scams and lies. And this week on Grill Phil, we grilled Phil about his WWE Champions lies, where yes, he admits that the account was him. And yes, he admits that he spent tens of thousands of dollars on it.
But then he sold the account, so he doesn't have access to it anymore.
Except it's against the terms of service to sell the account. And with the amount of people that would be reporting him because of all of his detractors and haters or trolls or what have you.
So it's still his account.
Yes, and also it wasn't listed anywhere on any of the sites that do sell these accounts.
Wow.
And he's like, well, then it changes. I sold it privately.
Am I still interested in doing Lego streams? Yes, I said that.
And that's what it's going to be. He's doing Lego streams now to pay his bills.
Lego? What does that mean? Building Lego?
Okay, so what happened is his wife, Fat Cat, she got into building Lego.
Oh, fuck you.
Jesus Christ. So anyway, as I was saying, so Fat Cat got into building Lego, but Phil had no interest. But now she spends all her time like building Lego alone. So Phil is like jealous of this and is now going to make his entire content about Lego. This is crazy. Phil, Lego is not going to pay the bills. Get in there and grind Street Fighter, every character to master until you die.
At Cambian's Pig Roast, we light the fire. Bring your hungry soul and lift you higher. Piggy on the spit, turning slow and right. Then heads come around every Friday night. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. And pets love it, they keep coming back for more. From the crispy skin to the tender bite, Cambian's Pig Roast makes your evening bright. Hot and sizzling every single piece. Then heads gather round, taste the feast. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Big heads love it, they keep coming back for more. So grab a fork and bring your smile. Stay a while, let's eat in style. Join the fun and taste the magic. Ten heads know this feast's fantastic. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. And heads love it, they keep coming back for more. Grab a fork and bring your smile. Stay a while, let's eat in style. Join the fun and taste the magic. Ten heads know this feast's fantastic. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Ten heads love it, they keep coming back for more.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. So I did this interview with Darksydephil, and I thought that'd be the end of it. But then there was sort of an aftermath period, so we covered some of that. And after last week, I was kind of content to move on to some other topics, though people kept asking me, are you going to do another update? And honestly, this was right after the last pig roast that we did, which I believe was last Friday or Saturday now. And I thought, I looked around and I thought, there's not much more to say. Like, I don't think I could keep, and there's that expression, kicking a dead horse, right? So I thought, I think the whole story arc has really kind of gone as far as it can go. But I can't lie. There was some fat bags of cash for covering this clown. So if I could do it again and get, I thought, yeah, let's do it. But there really wasn't much going on right after our last show. And then the universe sent an angel, a bisexual boss bitch. And I mean that as a compliment. I have nothing against bisexual boss bitches. So it turns out that out of nowhere, all of these things happened that made the Darksydephil pig roast story much more interesting. So along comes this boss bitch, and really Phil, oh my god, and so she's called Strangely Lex, and she's a kick streamer. And what I have to say about her is that she is everything that Phil is not. Or maybe she's everything that Phil used to be or try to be, but couldn't be. Because when you go and watch this girl's streams, she's having a good time. She's very passionate about what she does. The audience loves her. They shower her with money. And it's because she's a great show host or streamer. She's engaging and she's fun to watch. And she engages positively with the audience. And so I believe what happened is that this one of Phil's big whales called Iron Chef Sakai, who dumps dono bombs on him to the tune of hundreds of dollars sometimes. And it is, in fact, the only reason he hits some of his goals is that guy will come along and drop $100 or, 20 gifted subs or whatever and get this loser to his daily begging goals. And so I know they had a falling out before. But then he came back and started giving Darksydephil more money and more money. So then, I don't know how or why, but he finds this girl streaming on Kick and starts watching her. And he starts giving all of his money to her instead of Darksydephil. So it turns out it is the year of the snake. This girl came in and stole that money bag from Darksydephil, and it was glorious. So all week long, kind of started off a little slow, the story. Like, okay, so she got one of his big donors, and he's giving her all the money that he used to give Darksydephil. Good luck hitting your goals now, bitch. Suffer, Darksydephil. Gome is sending, we'll take a moment to recognize some kind and generous folks in the live chat. One for the goal from Gome says, song is a banger. Well, we thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. I will be reading every single super chat tonight. We've got a lot to go over, a lot to cover. And here's one from Detective says, making bacon with kind and generous 220. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. So the story starts off a little slow. Like, okay, so maybe one of his big whales was tired of, and let's be clear, Darksydephil treats his viewers like an ATM and a doormat. He shits all over them, but he somehow thinks he's entitled to all of their money. Come on, guys, you got to support the stream. Arrow with a kind of generous 5. Have you read his incel manifesto? Yes, we'll be reading it tonight on an old forum, but has been preserved for prosperity. 21-year-old Phil made misogynistic checklist. Yeah, he looks like an incel, and thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. So first she takes his big donors. Then some of his other donors start checking out who's this girl that Iron Chef Sakai is giving all his money to instead of Darksydephil. So she starts snaking a bunch of his audience. It's brilliant. Then she finds out that he will do things like put a hat and a vest on for a goal. So then she does that, and she does it better. And boy, oh boy, is Darksydephil in trouble, because I hear a lot of Darksydephil's dono people are going over to this snake girl. And by the way, I mean that as a joke. People called me a snake. This girl's going into business for herself too. She's gonna steal all of Darksydephil's money and leave him broke and homeless and destitute. He's gonna be begging for a Game Boy out of a box in front of a 7-Eleven to keep himself busy when this boss bitch is done with him. It is glorious. And just a note on boss bitches, like, you can tell by looking at this. First of all, let's get the elephant out of the way. She's a very attractive girl. And she's got a hot girlfriend, too. And her hot girlfriend is not, like, off stream, like, cooking her dinner and cleaning her house. Her hot girlfriend is right there in the stream with her, helping her snake the donos and get all of Darksydephil's donation money so he can't get it. So he's really dealing with two hot boss bitches that are taking all of his donos. It's beautiful. You can't write this shit. I couldn't have made up, like, if I couldn't have written a better continuation to the story. It's like one big, this guy is on the L's just keep coming for him. First he does this disastrous interview with me and I shit all over him. And that was wonderful. Well, it was wonderful if you're on the good side of it. If you're Darksydephil, that was a big L, big loss. Then Brosydephil comes along and proves that the police called him a mental case, a 220, and that Phil lied when he said that we lied about the evidence. Then this girl comes along and starts siphoning off all of his money. Oh, it's just beautiful. Yes. And Sahouse is here with a kind and generous 5. Says, treat me like an ATM, Steve. I will when we appreciate your 5. But we have a goal tonight of 50 super chats, and they have got to be, what is it, teal or yellow or higher, $10 or higher. So you're gonna need to. I'm gonna need to hit the ATM again to help towards the goal, Sahouse. But thank you for your kindness. I will treat you like an ATM. NWO News is here with 5 and says, I don't think you have the bandwidth and dedication to destroy the pig, Steve. End his grift. Please, for all of us, make him cower in fear daily. Well, and I just want to put on the record that many people asked me to have this girl here as a guest, Strangely Lex, and I did reach out to her on Twitter. I didn't get a reply, but here's what I'll say. Asking somebody who has their own show or business streaming to do a guest spot is really tough. People ask me all the time. I just did one last week, a guest spot. I probably won't have time to do a guest spot for months to come, although I may this coming weekend. But that one I have to do because the boys from Hidden in Plain Sight and me, for those that are aware, that's another podcast that shits all over David Wilcock. We've been trying to kind of get together and do one show together on Wilcock, and I think the stars will align, and we're going to do that next week. But in general, I don't have time for guest appearances. Maybe she doesn't either. But thank you, NWO News, for your kindness, generosity, and support. It's much appreciated. And we have Christian C. How much do we need to dono for Steve to Lego stream? Well, yeah, I thought about that. Given that I'm literally half blind, and also I just don't like Legos. Like, I don't like puzzles. I don't like Legos. It would have to be like thousands of dollars, I would say. But thank you for your $1.99 or £1.99 kindness. And look at that. Look at that. Killer Queen bites the dust, hearing the call of the Dono Bombers. Killer Queen with the first big dono bomb of tonight. Killer Queen bites the dust, says, let's get some squats. I am not squatting, right? So the story gets great because basically, I think here's what happened. I think that when he did that interview with me, he also, whether he will admit it or not, felt betrayed or, snaked by maybe the Keno Casino boys. And that was a tough, pill to swallow. And we didn't knock him off his grifting throne, but we got a good shot in, and that left him a little rattled. And then Brosydephil came along, another big hit. He's a 220, a mental case, right? And then this girl comes along, this bisexual boss bitch, hot chick streamer with a hot chick girlfriend, and she's snaking all of his donations. It's like 3 in a row, 3 big L's in a row. And so, of course, Darksydephil, moron that he is, he decides he's going to start calling this girl an e-thought and a slut, right? And all of this stuff. Look, Phil, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Phil, you are not manly enough, bro. You are not that girl is obviously, and I mean this with all sincerity, I joke around a lot, but you can just tell about that girl. She is an alpha queen kind of chick. Like she is an alpha bitch. And Darksydephil, you are not an alpha male. You cannot go against this girl and win. This boss bitch is going to murder you. You just let her have your money and shut up. Because the more that he complains about this boss bitch taking all his big donators, the more they're all going to go over there to see this girl. And you talk about pignosis. She's got chicknosis, right? Like, I tuned in to one of her streams, and before I know it, I was there for an hour. I was glued. I couldn't stop watching this girl. She's got chicknosis, which is probably a better form than Phil's pignosis. And the stark contrast is what really struck me. Like, she's funny and she's engaging. She's passionate about doing her stream and her show and engaging with their audience. And everybody in the live chat is having a great time and chatting it up. And meanwhile, you go over to Phil's streams and he's bitching and complaining because he didn't get enough donations. And we're an hour into the game and I only got $17. Can we get a super chat? Can we get one membership, one super chat, and one tip and one PayPal donation? Like, it's just a world of difference. So the more this dumb moron talks about this girl snaking him and insulting her, and by the way, dude, calling her an e-thought and a slut and all this stuff, and she's doing squats, she's shaking her ass for money. We're gonna go over some things that Phil has done for money in the past month, and so all of the Darksydephil detractors, I'm sure, like, forget about the king. Here is the queen. This moron thinks that he could just call her nasty names or insult her for calling her a slut, right? And that's somehow going to stop the bleeding. And I'm here to tell you, this is going to keep going, I think. The bleeding will continue, Darksydephil. It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. First, she got that whale. She's going to get another whale of his next week. And Seahouse with a kind and generous 10 says, here you go, boss man. Well, thank you for your kindness. That's one for the goal. And we've got Charles McDonald. No lunch meat sandwiches today. No, I had Nifty 50s today, which is like a burger place. My son, Xavier, my 8-year-old, he got student of the month. And so we're all very excited. Like, man, this kid's actually smart, right? He's not like his idiot father. So that's what he wanted for his sort of, surprise, I guess, or gift. His reward for getting student of the month. But thank you, Charles McDonald. No lunch meat sandwiches today. Troll with 5. I was going to send this to DSP, but I'm giving it to you instead. Great. And that's why I think that this is so awesome, this girl snaking his donations, because every dollar that she takes from him is one less dollar that he's going to have to spend on stupid shit like a children's wrestling game on a phone, the moron. And we've got Sneedburger Syndrome with 2. I love roast pork in the evenings. Suffer piggy. Yeah, and I did invite a former big donor to come on and tell their story, but let me just check in again. I don't believe, nope, haven't heard back from them. Oh no, Void, I use StreamYard. Okay, 1 second. I use StreamYard, not Discord. You can join the show. 1 second, friends. Let me just see. We might be able to hear from a donor, a former big donor of Darksydephil. I thought it would be interesting to hear some of those stories from people who have once been people that were big supporters of Darksydephil, but have since wised up and stopped giving him money. Because, really, have you ever had an addict in your family? Like, giving them money is not good, because all it does is fuel their addiction. If He doesn't need money to survive. He needs money to pump into a stupid video game. And that's where we're at. So giving him money isn't helping him. Your son's reward was eating Arby's in front of him. Yeah, my wife would murder me. Yeah. YOY Fool says, I am the addict. Void is a clout chaser. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. We'll hear his story. I've sent him the invitation. If he joins, he joins. If he'd rather not, that's quite okay. We have a great deal of stuff to go over. TJ Felony, I'm not going to share your most recent message there, but that's pretty funny. And Distractor says Phil's bills are taken care of. He doesn't need money. The tips are his champion's fund. Yeah, he's wasting your money on a stupid video game. And I mean, I would have no problem if you said, like, look, I really like playing this game and I need a couple $100 because I'm taking a day off, and on my day off, I'm going to spend a couple $100 and play this game all weekend. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But the fact that he's asking for, he's asking for money for other things, essentially. And just give me a moment there, Void, because I have to get your avatar set up. It doesn't come set up. Let me do that real quickly. We have one of Darksydephil's. One second. One of his former big supporters is going to join us and tell their story about why they stopped supporting Dumbsydephil. 1 second here. We get the avatar set up and saved. All right. I got a great deal of clips to go through. This girl is so entertaining and so funny. So I've been sharing it on my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter or X. It's at Stephen Cambian. But let's have Void join us first. Welcome, Void.
What's going on, dude?
Hey, nice. I'm sorry. I kind of invited you earlier in the week, and then I forgot about it until I forgot that I had invited you. So I apologize for not getting back to you sooner. So tell us why you were once a big supporter, and how much money are we talking about that you once gave Phil?
Well, currently on his leaderboard, it says that I gave him 180 subs.
Okay.
So multiply that by 5.
Okay, so you're giving him a great deal of money. And what happened that you stopped deciding to support him so much?
Well, so I stopped actually supporting him at the end of October because he started saying that he was going to have Boogie 2988 on his show. And, I can't support somebody that's going to have a grifter to the scale of Boogie on his show. So I just stopped giving because that guy's a piece of shit.
I don't know much about Boogie, except I saw him I saw Keemstar burying him or something.
I think they're all buddies.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, but isn't Boogie the one who faked cancer?
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly.
I caught a guy faking, listen to this one. I caught a guy who faked brain cancer. And then the whole community got together and they held this special dinner for him as a fundraiser. And they gave him thousands and thousands of dollars. And then they had these raffles where they were giving away these gift cards that were $500 gift cards to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Target, right? This fucking lowlife, not only did he fake cancer, he stole the gift cards from his own cancer benefit, right? That is bad. That is pretty bad.
That is.
All right, so
totally bad.
So you just kind of said, well, I'm not going to give him any more money if he's going to host Boogie, right? And is that it? I thought there was more to the story, though, right?
So I just stopped at that time actually giving him more subs. The whole thing actually really started when my friend actually passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he actually left in his will that I was going over, how taking care of an estate takes years and years and years kind of thing. So he's like, hey, give some subs to this fucking weirdo named Darksydephil. But I was watching the casino at the time. And then I started watching it myself, and I'm like, really, this guy? Like, really, I want to give this guy money?
Oh, so it was
Because
it was somebody's dying wish to send money to Darksydephil?
it wasn't his wish, but it was pretty much like written in his estate, like papers, like poorly. So I started watching him when I heard the casino myself. And then what we heard was, oh, this guy kind of like sweeps for pedophiles. He has this Darish guy and all this craziness. And it's like, oh, I really can't do this. But my wife's like, oh, yeah, you got to fucking do his wishes. You got to fucking make sure that you just separate yourself from it and do it. So I
Okay.
started giving him some subs. I noticed he started Kick. So I'm actually the very first Kick supporter of Darksydephil.
So the Kick
I'm number
money
one.
is all your fault. The reason he's making so much money on Kick. Don't you think
Well,
when people see big donors, they're more likely to also donate? I think that's kind of true. You know?
I tend to agree because pretty much his entire chat on Kick is a bunch of LARPers that are just egging people on to give. A couple of times I fell into that thing where I just wanted to felt the trolls because there are dicks in my fucking Kick chat. The shit that they said in my Kick chat was disgusting, especially the pedophilia. And
we don't want to watch that. We want to watch
shit.
using that word anymore because we're on, say a PDF file.
All right.
Because we're on
PDF
YouTube.
file.
Yes. So you stop giving him money, and then he starts doesn't he start like bitching that you're not giving him money anymore? Like,
behind the scenes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just trying to establish. So you're giving him all this money, and then you stop. He reaches out to you, right, to see what's going on and why you stopped giving him money. Like, hey man,
right?
Turn the money back on, Void.
Like through emails, because I was giving him some emotes for his DSP tries it, like cookie emotes. I did like McDonald's burger emotes for him when he was doing the and fries, that sort of thing.
Well, so it looks like not only are you giving him money, but you're working for him for free, right? Like giving him production material to help his shitty show. Sounds
exactly.
Sounds like a good supporter to me, Void.
Yeah, I was good. I was a good pay, wasn't I? He kept me in line, right? Like I was just handing him money and not asking questions. But what happened was that then I'm playing a video game one day back in late October. There was this guy named QQ on Kick. The guy's sitting in my chat, talking to a bunch of people and just calling out Darksydephil, being like, why do you guys give to this fucking idiot? Oh, hopefully that's okay to swear or no swearing.
Try not, no F-bombs, but everything else is fine.
All right. So QQ was talking poorly about DSP. And then I notice after I end the game, DSP's saying, how dare I talk bad about him? And I'm like, what? And he banned me from his chat. And I'm like, what's going on with this?
He bans you from his chat because somebody came in your chat and talked shit on him.
Yeah, but he changed the story.
You let that happen, Void. How dare you let somebody come in your chat and talk shit on him that's not even you, right? And for those unaware,
look at that chat.
If you're running a stream, sometimes, just like you said, you weren't even looking at the chat. Sometimes people say wacky shit in my chat, and I don't know about it until after the show and somebody points it out to me because it's hard to multitask and read every single thing in the chat. So he blames you for that and changes the story that it was you talking to smack.
Yeah, it was actually one of the other pay pigs named Rend324. He ran to Phil and he was like, oh, Void's streaming right now. You should see he's talking in chat poorly about you.
Oh,
but
geez.
Rend slowly, if you look at kickchatlogs.com, you can actually see that he changed the narrative and said that it was QQ. But Phil still doesn't hear that. And at the same time, that was the day that I said, hey, you can really tell it's Disability Check Month. It's that time of the month.
Yeah. You ever notice that he gets most of his donos right in the beginning of the month? There's a reason for that.
Yeah, like the disability checks are a
Disability
real
checks, so
thing.
SSI, disability, yeah, welfare checks, everything comes into the first of the month. So, and then he struggles near the end of the month to get any money because it's all like weirdos on disability. I guess I don't know. So he permanently banned you then for this nonsense?
On that day, it was pretty much a perma ban. He didn't unban me. Right now, I see if you're looking at Kick, QQ on Kick is actually in there right now because he's a good LARPer. But
Oh, that's
with
interesting.
everything, QQ is a good guy. He's a good
Okay,
guy. I
all
like
right.
that guy. But with everything, he finally unbanned me. But him and his chat were like, "Oh, you gotta apologize for the disability joke. That's fucked." But this disability joke is what PPP came out with. And if you look back at those messages, my DMs that I actually gave you, you'll notice in it, I had the conversation with him where I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "It's fucked that you said the disability check joke all about my fans being on disability." And it's like, it's a joke, dude. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, "Well, PPP made the joke." And he actually called one of your supporters who's actually a wheelchair person, and that would be Jade. And he made fun of Jade.
Oh,
Meanwhile, I
that's
didn't make fun of Jade. I made fun of all DSP supporters, calling them wheelchairs.
Okay, so
Because
that's where the wheelchair. I was a little confused on the wheelchair thing. I just want to take a moment, speaking of Kick, to thank Bloodwolf282 who just subscribed on Kick, and Jake Raz who just subscribed on Kick. Big ups to you guys. Thank you for helping us to praise the cash. And we also have Codeine Cruiser Andy, Keemstar only platforms, Chomos and 43s and 220s. It's a strange way to make a living, I guess, right? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the world of Keemstar. I only got to know him because he started trying to get into the world of UFOs, and somehow he followed me or I followed him, and then some of those weird things he does, like burying Boogie in a coffin or something at his campground, was coming across my feed, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. And Killer Queen bites the dust with one for the gold, $10 says, I would like to see some documentation of this story. You can't expect people to believe a story like this without proof. He sent me the screenshots. I mean, I could screen share the screenshots.
go
And
ahead, dude.
yeah,
Share it up.
I guess I'll do that. But as I recall, though, the story that he's telling is accurate as depicted in the screenshots.
And feel free to bring up Kick chat logs and type in my name, and then you'll see my entire history of DSP gaming and all the comments that I've ever said in that chat. All can be verified. I have nothing to hide, dude. Like, the main thing is people have been always coming at me claiming untruths, and DSP yesterday once again retconned the history of my whole interaction with the guy. It
Yeah,
just is baffling what he continues to say about me when I
that's
can't
very
defend
messed up.
myself because I'm banned. He banned me. So let's get back to the fact that of the story. So he banned me on November 1st, and that's when I sent him the DMs. You'll see the dates in it. And then he's like, "Oh, this is fucked. You were upset that I wouldn't play games with you." That's not what I said. I said, "Hey, Phil, why don't we have a community game night instead of you looking to game with all these big creators like Wings of Redemption? Why don't we have supporters all play together so that you can get more money and things like that?"
That's
And
fair.
Iron Cuck Sakai was like, "Yeah, let's do that." And Phil's like, "You guys are retarded. You don't understand what my detractors will do." And it didn't make any sense because you could always play a private match with whomever you want, and detractors aren't able to actually ruin it. But that's not what Phil thinks, because Phil isn't a real gamer. He just plays video games in order to part idiots with their money.
Yeah,
You
in
know?
order to have a way to beg.
Exactly.
Void was been happy. It says Codeine Crusader Andy. Void was ban happy. He is YAGF. Do you know what they're talking about? Were you a mod
I
over
have
there and being happy?
no, sir. So I also get blamed for banning people. I was never a mod on DSP's channel. Everybody thinks everybody thinks for some reason having a crown icon equated to being a mod. I was never a mod. You can check once again, kickchatlogs.com and look at the ban history and you'll see all the mods' names. I was never a mod. I was a VIP. I bought JPEGs from Phil, and that's what I got.
Okay.
But you know how people are, right? They'll like say anything to you.
Yeah, I noticed
It's a good time.
it's very divisive, even like among. It's not just Phil supporters and detractors. There's all these different camps. And here is the screenshots that you sent me. I never said anything. I said the disability check. That was it. What is your problem? You have I stand with Phil. And he says the disability check was effed up. You demanding I just COD. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Okay. I'm playing with Kino Casino is effed up. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm struggling to read this because I'm half blind. Oh, and how
it's good, man.
Yeah, well, actually, I know a better way to do this. Just bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, for sure, man.
One. Now I can open it on my side. Yeah, but I did read these. I just cleaned off my desktop. I did read these. I had to make them bigger.
Oh, it's good, man. Take your time.
Yeah. So just for the benefit of the people that are asking for proof, you kind of gave me the proof of what happened.
Right? I gave you the receipts, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. Okay, now I got it big. Duty publicly tweeting saying he's talked to you and tried to turn you against me. So yeah, you don't have a lot going on here. Phil, are you kidding? You were talking with PPP when he called out your supporter's wheelchair and made fun of Jade. You said nothing about it. And let me just get the other one here, and I can stop sharing this. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, so it seems to me from the screenshots like he's not really listening to your side of it, and he's very upset.
Oh, he gets all out of shape in there. And even better is that a tactic that Phil would do to people is keep them on unread, even emails it would take him days to get back to him. So I called him out in the DMs. I'm like, oh, Phil, is this another instance where it's going to take you days, or are you just going to ignore this message? Slandering me to like his viewers, whereby they're all coming to my Kick channel being like, how dare you disparage the king? Fuck the king, dude. Now's a fucking loser.
He really is. Now, here in this other message, it says, no, a joke about all of my contributors being on disability is not an innocent joke. When Ashton, Triple P, makes these kinds of jokes, he does it he is not repeating he does it to be funny. He's not repeating detractor memes to make them seethe. But apparently quite a lot of people are dumb and they don't get the joke. Do you think he's actually angry at me for not trying the Krabby Patty burger? And you said he specifically called out Jade, who is indeed disabled and in a wheelchair. So when Triple P does it, it's okay. He says, who are you? It's my day off, and I don't have to respond to anything. Just because you sent me money doesn't give you any right to... You sent him almost $1,000. Doesn't give you any right to demand anything, but it certainly seems like that's what you think. You are the one causing drama, not me. I'm going to give you one more chance to cut the shit. If I see or hear it again, you are going to be gone. Permanently banned. Now stop DMing me with your bullshit. I'm too old and too busy for it. You told him to go fuck himself, and then you said... You accused me of something I never did, but of course, you have time to upload videos on your day off. Effing liar. So, you know, he's got the receipts to what he's saying. It's a shame that it ended that way. You were giving him all this money. You were helping him with his show, right?
Right there. is the very end of my relationship with DSP.
Well, there you go.
He banned me on X that day, and he banned me forever. Once again, my second ban on DSP gaming,
This is what I don't understand. And I can only listen. I can only look at this through my own lens. But from my perspective as a show host, if there is a supporter and a donator that is helping me with my show and they're giving me lots of money, you got to kind of resolve whatever difference they have. Like one time I had a big donor who really, really didn't like that I had a certain guest on, you know, and I had to talk to him and say, like, I'm sorry that you disagreed with my deciding to talk to that person. But even though you're a donator of mine, you don't get the right to make those decisions for me. But I'll hear you out. Why was platforming that person a bad decision? And then they told me how they felt about him and some ancient shit that person said 20 years ago. You know, but it is what it is. Like I felt obligated because they were a big supporter and donator. He should have at least heard you out. And it's okay to agree to disagree with people, right? It's okay to say like, look, let's just get past this, turn the page and, you know, move on. But I just don't understand the Darksydephil. He's begging for pennies every day. And you're like the fifth person that I've talked to that's given him that large amounts of money, let's say $1,000 or more, that he has just shit all over and treat it like dirt. It doesn't make sense to me, except that this guy is like an entitled snob. And he just thinks, I have a clip of him saying like, you know, fuck off, I'll ban you and I'll just get more supporters. I don't care. You're nothing to me. Like, this is how he talks to some of you guys.
100%.
I don't get it.
What's even worse is just then hearing the lore from everybody after they're like, why did you give him money? This guy like supports these people that, you know, are into lolly and into PDF type behavior. And then finding out that there's this guy who made that shirt emote for me. You know, the shirt rip emote?
Yeah.
That of Phil that you always see everywhere. I gave this guy named Shy AF 10 subs to actually make that emote for Phil, and we gifted it to Phil. And so Phil now has that all the time. His fans all use it everywhere. But we find out that Shy AF is actually a a PDF sweeper, and has a bunch of mods under him that are sharing.
I'm sure there's some controversy because if they're giving him money, he doesn't want to deal with that situation. He just wants to preserve them so that they could keep giving him money. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, that's it's pretty low. And Dunce Style Mouth Drooler with a kind and generous $2 says ack. And we've got Codeine Crusader, 17 years of scamming, and you still supported this dude. Well, maybe he didn't know better. You know, some people don't know the history, right? And Newzen, it's truly amazing that Phil blatantly doesn't want to do things with his own fans in the way that detractors can't mess up, despite claiming, I am not about drama, dude. Yeah, you're right. And thank you, Newzen, one for the goal. And we've got Codeine Crusader, Andy. Wait, he is dropping details now? Last dono, though. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean. He has the receipts, right? He has the receipts.
My last donation was about probably October 21st, maybe.
Well, there you go.
2024.
Twice Stan just became a YouTube channel member. And for those unaware, if you become a YouTube channel member, we give you a big shout out and thank you. So big ups, shout out and thank you to Twice Stan. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. You're now a member. You get some extra goodies. So you're just permanently banned. You don't really have a desire to go back, though, do you? Like,
no desire.
Oh, okay.
No desire. So last night, QQ on Kick mentioned that $250,000 man who's in your Kick chat right now tried to have Phil give me an OG badge because $250,000 man was saying I was Phil's biggest supporter or biggest fan, I think he said. And so
I saw that clip.
Hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Hilarious. And Phil just started going off talking about me. And he's like, oh, he never emailed me saying an apology. Why would I apologize, Phil? What do I have to apologize for? You're the one shielding PDF type people in your group, like Shy AF.
Yeah, that's
Like
gross.
you,
Kind of gross.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like that's disgusting. Why would I want to be a part of that? And anybody that's supporting Phil now should know that this is what Phil does. He surrounds himself with these type of people that are into lolly and pedo sweeping.
That's pretty gross. But
Yeah,
listen, I thank you for telling your side of the story. So I wanted to get some perspective of some of the big donors. We'll be inviting some of the other big donors to tell their story. And, besides you, I think I've talked to 3 or 4 people that have given him hundreds or thousands of dollars and got treated very, very poorly. I mean, maybe he wouldn't have to beg so much if he just learned how to treat his audience with kindness, right?
exactly. But Steve, do you want to hear the rub on everything now?
Sure.
So the rub is that Kick, by accident. So I only legit gave Phil 80 subs. Kick gave him 100 subs somehow. So it equaled 180 subs. So I reached out to Kick and I'm like, hey, this is wrong. I never authorized 100 subs. And so Kick ensured that I got my money back after I did a chargeback.
Oh,
So
that's
really,
good news.
I've only given 80 subs.
Well, that's still 80 subs, though.
It's still 80 subs, but it's nothing like that 180. And, maybe other people had a problem with Kick and just adding that tally. They might want to check with their bank account and make sure that the amount of subs that they gave is correct.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate you telling your story. I got a lot of clips to go through. I'm going to go run through those.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks for sharing your perspective. Thank you, Mr. Void72, former supporter. I guess now you're one of those dirty detractors.
I guess. Thanks. Have a great show. Take care.
You too. Thanks. All right. So there we go, friends. I just wanted to make sure we get a perspective from this person. I'm trying to understand it. And really, even with giving Phil the benefit of the doubt, it really, really looks terrible for him, because this is not the first person that I've spoken to, or the only person, I should say, that I've spoken to that was giving him lots of money that was then treated incredibly poorly. All right, so we'll get into the we're going to get into the clips. I have so many here, I don't really know where to begin, but we're going to try to figure it out. So on to the boss bitch that wrecked Phil and stole a big bag of money from him. And I have to scroll all the way back here on my Twitter to get them all. This has been one of the most entertaining story arcs so far that I've seen about Phil. But before we begin with that, I want to share with you. Remember, we've got Phil calling this girl an e-thought and a slut because, she took his big donors. So the incel manifesto, in case you need a refresher, this is from That Being Said, in case you need a refresher on what the incel manifesto is. And no, this is not the writing of an angry teen. It's a 21-year-old Darksydephil posting on a thread made by women for other women on the SRK forums. There are really, truly interesting and wonderful women. Shit, every woman I've ever known was either 1, extremely selfish and self-centered, 2, too busy feeling sorry for herself to do anything else, 3, annoying and or geeky to stand for more than 30 minutes, 4, too stupid to listen to for advice they ask for, doing stupid things and then complaining to you because they went totally against what you told them, 5, a total slut, 6, a total tease, leading you on and then crushing you under their boot when you finally let on that you like her. 7, a total liar. 8, so demanding that she expects you to read her mind like some kind of effing psychic and never do anything unless it's with her. Don't be fooled if she says that you can go do something and she doesn't mind. She's lying and you'll pay for it later. 9, too full of herself. 10, just plain effing crazy. Every single woman in my life fits one or more of the above. And every single woman has let me down. Oh, poor Phil. You want to know Why so many guys are uninteresting, full of themselves, thinking they are the shit? Because women demand it. If a guy has no confidence, then that's no good. Oh, this is just terrible. I'm not even going to read the rest of it. So he's a misogynistic woman hater. And, you know, I know, oops, sorry about that. Oh, that's weird. Oh, let me just remove the speaker there. There we go. Yeah, so everybody, maybe it's just me, but I have a lot of divorced friends and family in my life, and I can't stand that woman hating man, that bitter, angry man, you know? And I know an awful lot of them, you know? If you get divorced or, you know, you get heartbroken, you got to get over it. You can't dwell on it. And you can't blame an entire sex, you know, you can't blame all women on earth because you had a bad experience once. It's pretty crazy. So I'm furiously scrolling back. I think we got all. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me share my screen here. DSP got jealous of another Kick streamer being talked about in his chat and goes on a banning spree. Yeah, I think we'll share that one. I've been sharing this stuff, just laughing at Darksydephil all week. It's good stuff, friends. It's very good stuff. We have a lack of slop tonight, but don't worry. If we hit the goal, we'll do some slop. I'll have some slop for you. Yeah. Let's get to this, because this is Phil seething. He's just seething. And by the way, this is fair use and all of that. Yeah.
I almost had a heart attack there. So for all you people on the Kick chat that are not talking about my stream and how I just beat an ultimate grandmaster in that lag, I'm just going to ban all of you. Because you're talking about another streamer, you're derailing the chat entirely. And
ban him, Phil.
So if I look at that chat one more time on Kick and you're talking about another Kick streamer, you will be permanently banned and not unbanned ever.
Yeah, nothing says I'm a confident, you know, powerful man like you can't come into my live chat and talk about this hot girl streamer on Kick, because if you do, I'm going to ban you. Like, dude, don't you have balls? Do you have a vagina, Phil? Is that your problem? I think he's got a huge vagina. He certainly has no balls. I mean, people come in my live chat and they talk about other YouTube shows and show hosts and streamers. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, right? Wow. He wrote this after trying to steal someone's girl, says Alra. Yeah, I heard that he kind of stole his wife off of some other dude, right? I don't know the details of that, right? And look at that one, strong like bull with the second Don't Obama the night, $50 large. Thank you. Never forget, Phil is a secluded narcissist. Because of this, his number one priority is to always protect his fragile ego, even more than getting money. It is truly a mental illness and is almost always incurable since they are unaware they need help. Sad. Yeah, it is sad if you gotta always be protecting your ego, right? And NWO News with 5. DSP is a gay man. His wife is just there to fool his parents and convince people he's a successful adult with a wife and family life. It's a total lie. Yeah, he I don't know if he's gay or not. If he is, there's nothing wrong with that. But if he is gay, I would bet my house that he's a bottom bitch, right? He is definitely the catcher, not the pitcher in that situation, right? NWO News. Yeah. Man, even gay men aren't this ashamed. Oh, man. Oh, we're just getting started on the roast.
Just for the record, it's always been the rule. Why are you talking about another fucking streamer when I'm streaming? If you want to do that, leave the fucking stream and go watch them and leave us alone. Okay?
So he's inviting his viewers to go watch that hot chick streamer instead of him. Great strategy, moron. Great strategy. Yeah. Why would you stay here in my chat and look at my ugly face when you could go watch this real hot, pretty girl who's having a great time and laughing and really enjoying herself, you can watch bitter, angry video game nerd me instead.
Or else it's free advertisement for someone else. Go fuck yourself. Get out of my chat now.
Seethe! Suffer, bitch! Suffer! He's seething!
And there's the
because
first
he's
person
broke! He's broke! And this girl is taking money right out of his pocket! She snaked him! She's taking all his money! It's beautiful!
Might as well ban you. All right, goodbye. Okay, who's next? I would love to clear out the kick chat and get all the dumb fucks out of there. Seriously. Let's do a nice clean sweep tonight of the morons.
Is he going to ban himself? He's talking about the morons.
Here's another one.
Oh, he's just going banning everybody. Anybody who's mentioning the boss bitch, he's banning.
One, I can't believe it.
All right. Wow, Freds. Wow. So we'll go to the next thing that I have to share here. I have so much. We're going to try to fit them all in, though. And here we'll get our first view of the queen that's snaking all of Phil's money. She calls him gay, and I'm here for it. Why does it keep doing that? That is weird. All right, we're going to figure this out. He's deeply in the closet. He's deeply in the closet. Bye. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So let's get our first, we're going to get our first view of the queen here. I have thoroughly enjoyed watching her snaking Phil. It is the year of the snake. And look at this girl. She's vibrant. She's young. She's attractive. She's fun to watch. Phil, you can't compete with this girl. Do you know she's got a stripper pole in her apartment? It's on her Twitch channel. This girl is not only attractive and vibrant and fun to watch and funny, she's got a stripper pole and a hot girlfriend. You can't compete with this.
$100 more? This guy's begging for $100 more. What the fuck Lego set is he gonna buy?
Well, yeah, what Lego set is he trying to get?
Oh no, copyright music.
He bought some plant set.
That's gay.
That is totally gay. If you're going to build a Lego set online and you're a man, why would you buy a Lego set that's designed for, it's obviously designed for women. It's a flower Lego set. That's what he did. That's what he built. A flower girly Lego set. Not like a manly one, like a Millennium Falcon or a tank or, you know, fighter jet. No, he built flowers, right? It's one of those things, man. It's just one of those things. We'll get to the next clip. We're going to go rapid fire through this. So that's the first one. She's finding out that he's doing this Lego set. And then the funniest thing is that she gets the same Lego set and she puts it together. And I think she made twice as much money as Phil did. You gotta love it. She got twice as much money as Phil doing the same Lego set. You know why? Because she's pretty and she's fun to watch and she's funny. And yeah, that's the difference, Phil. That's the difference. She made twice as much money. And here we have, now here he is calling this poor girl who did nothing to him, by the way. Listen, I don't want to defend this girl too much. You know, I'm not her white knighting for her, but she didn't do anything. She's just doing her show. And along comes one of Phil's whale pay pigs who starts giving her money and she leaned into it. She didn't do anything wrong. She doesn't deserve this kind of misogynist treatment from Phil.
You're fucking squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You fucking slut. You're fucking squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You fucking slut.
Wow. Wow, Phil. Wow. Do you have a mother? Do you have a wife? Do you have a sister? Do you have aunts? Do you have female cousins? How would you like it if they called you your family members or close friends? That kind of stuff. Codeine Crusader Andy said she made 6 of thousands more money because of Phil's mistake. Yeah, she made thousands of dollars, and God bless her. God bless her. She deserved that bag. She deserved that bag. Absolutely, she deserved that bag. Alra with another 5. Lex is young, ripped, in a good relationship, and living her best life. The only thing that she can be jealous of Phil for is his bust size. Yeah, she says he's got man boobs. She said he had man boobs, right? She said he had man boobs, friend. We'll get to that clip. So things start escalating because Phil started calling her slut. And then he called her an e-thought. I have that clip next. Really, really stupid of Phil. But thank you, Al Ra, for kindness, generosity, and support. And we've got Seahouse with another one for the goal. Remember, to be towards the goal, they have to be $10 super chats or better, but we appreciate all of them. Phil, and we read all of them. Phil hates his mom because she didn't get him that Wolverine doll. Maybe that's why he's a woman hater. His mom was a woman and didn't get him the Wolverine doll when he was 8. But thank you, Seahouse, 1 for the goal. Thank you for your kindness. And John Shively with 1 for the goal. Someone new to streaming is already making more than Phil. You know he wanted to call her something worse. Dude's straight up married, including figure that one out too. Yeah. Like how would he like it if everybody started calling his wife a slut or, his mom a slut? That's just some things you don't do. And what is so striking to me is that he's such a moron. He didn't even, do you think that he maybe went and took a look at this girl before deciding to talk shit on her like an idiot? You can't win with Phil, you can't beat a boss bitch. You are not a boss man. You are a bitch yourself. A little bitter, angry, jealous little bitch. You can't go, this girl is young, attractive. You're right. She's living her best life. She's got a hot girlfriend she lives with. She's in a good relationship. She's fun to watch. She's making more money than Phil now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And he is an idiot he should have totally ignored this situation. That would probably have been the best way. But since he didn't ignore the situation and he kept, going with it, he made it worse. He just made it worse because then she had to respond, right? Here he is trashing her again.
Iron Chef Sakai is back in Kick Chat today. After 2 days of me having to put up with bullshit, with everyone yelling and telling me that he had left and that he went to someone else's stream and he was throwing some e-thought a whole bunch of money. Iron Chef's...
Oh, she's an e-thought. Well, he was throwing her a bunch of money. And then, of course, Darksydephil permanently bans Iron Chef Sakai. And you'll have to excuse me. This is my David Wilcock. By the way, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., we're gonna have a David Wilcock update. So if you think Darksydephil is a lying, grifting scumbag and a loser, you're gonna love David Wilcock of Ancient Aliens fame. And this one's just funny. Imagine being married and in your 40s and reacting this way to pads. He acts like he's never seen them before. One time my wife was not feeling well and I had to go get her tampons. And I didn't know, I never lived with a girl before. Or no, I did, but I never got asked to go get tampons. So I was very confused and I asked my wife what size vagina she had. And that did not go over well. I'm like, do they come in sizes? What size vagina? But look, if you're a married man, it's just a fact of life. You're going to deal with some things like this. You're going to see pads or tampons in your house. You just got to deal with it. You just got to deal with it. All right. Oh, and here we go. This is where it gets fun. And this is from Mirrored Entity on Twitter. I don't know what's funnier, the fact that she is right now trending on Kick or the fact that she's building the same exact Lego set that Phil was shilling all week, basically for nothing, hours before he even shows up in a vest and a hat with a dog. This is funny. And look, see, these girls are attractive. They're fun to watch. They're having a good time together. And it's all great entertainment. Phil cannot compete. Come on, Phil. Look at her wearing a vest and a hat. I'd give her money to put on a vest and a hat, right? Your grift is over. So for those unaware, she trolled him like incredibly. She just excellent performance. She basically found out that he would wear a hat and a vest for goals, and she did the same thing. Then she found out that he was building this Lego set, and she did the same Lego set hours before he even showed up, and she did it better, and people enjoyed it more, and she made tons more money than he did. All right, and here she is responding and to some of the things about Phil, and this is where it gets spicy, friends.
I'm bulking up right now so I can have the absolute best gains, because I just want to be in my prime. I want to have the best physique and build that I can while I'm young. Unlike this fuck. He's got fucking he has titties.
Oh my God, she said he has titties. Let's hear that again. She said Darksydephil's got titties. Yeah, listen, I occasionally put on some weight, and as soon as the man boobs start popping and developing, I go right back on the carnivore diet.
He has titties. He literally has titties. He has a receding hairline. He has titties.
He has a receding hairline, and he has titties. We'll hear that one more time.
He has a receding hairline. He has titties.
He has titties and a receding hairline. Oh my God, the queen has snaked the king. Oh my God, he's going to lose all of his supporters. They're all going to go watch this girl instead of him, and it's going to be glorious, friends. And of course, Phil, after he starts realizing just how much money this Iron Chef was giving this kick streamer boss bitch, he starts losing his mind. He's losing his mind. She pushed him over the edge.
I did hateful speech. This is what got me removed from the partner program. Hateful speech. What did I ever say that was hateful speech? I don't give a shit. I don't care if she talks shit about me, because apparently I'm being told she did. That people made fun of me. Oh, did you know that there's an e-beggar named Darksydephil? Oh, so embarrassing. He's in his 40s and he e-begs. You're fucking squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You fucking slut. The fuck are you talking about?
You're squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You effing slut. What are you talking about? He never did hateful speech. And by the way, look, I'm not the YouTube police, Phil, but you're a moron, because you saying this misogynist stuff against another content creator, even if she's not on YouTube, I believe that's a community guideline strike. And you have how many people that don't like you? You think maybe they might hear that you said that and go report your stream for being in violation of community guidelines? You can't make misogynistic comments like that. Yes! Yes!
You're the one who's doing the embarrassing act. I'm literally sitting here putting out content. You understand? You're squatting on camera for money. But anyway, I'm supposed to be the villain in this situation, right?
Yeah, no, Phil, you're definitely the villain in this situation. Definitely. In case you missed the memo.
But anyway, so...
Duty Streams did this. Yes, they did. Duty Streams did do this. So it's interesting that she may have pushed him over the edge. I thought that the interview pushed him over the edge, but not quite as well as this girl doing it. DSP not beating the stroke victim allegations, says NWO News. Yeah, I've never heard of the stroke victim allegations. We'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe somebody can fill me in on that sometime. There's endless stuff that this scumbag has done, though, right? And Poker Sand with 2 says at least that girl has fun with her grift, Phil. Yeah, well, she's having a good time. Tareka1 says, I know I'm a collector, but no one said was the one that came out when he was 13. The Wolverine doll came out when he was 13. That's what he's upset about. He didn't get a Wolverine doll when he was 13 years old. Jesus. And Watch Me Prince says, we are all his stroke victims. Yes. Yes. DSP had a short segment about Iron Chef Sakai being banned unless he pays off his mortgage. So here he is crying because one of his pay pig whales left to go pay the boss bitch instead of him. And you know what, Phil? He dumped a lot of money on that girl. He made it rain up in her kick streams. I don't think he's coming back to you, dude. Why would he watch you and give you money when he can watch this young, attractive girl who's having a great time in the prime of her life and give her money? I know what I would do if I was young and single, right, and unmarried.
Everyone who showed up and supported. All right. One final thing, and I'm just going to make this abundantly clear. Iron Chef Sakai is gone and is not coming back to my streams. I've had enough of him.
Yeah, he's probably gone of his own free will, though, Phil.
This is the second time in a few months he's gone off the deep end. He's talking junk. He's derailing my streams.
He's derailing your streams by giving that other girl money. Oh, he's seething because he's broke and he's about to get more broke because he just lost one of his biggest pay pigs. And by the way, I'm kind of pissed off. I don't have that young, attractive girl's, assets, let's say. But I invited Iron Chef Sakai to come here and be a dono bomber and a chat room moderator. I'll give him a wrench today. He's just got to come here and drop like a dono bomb every show, right? But instead, he found a better home over there, and I don't blame him. She's much, as they say, easier on the eyes than I am. That's for sure.
I've had enough. He's gone. He's not coming back. No more begging. No more throwing money at me to try to get in my good graces. I've officially had enough. Sorry to those who have been distracted by this guy.
Iron Chef's dropped like $100 a stream, right? Somebody in the live chat, let me know. How much money do we think Iron Chef Sakai, this guy, has given Darksydephil, let's just say since January 1st till today? How much money has he given Darksydephil? And Darksydephil's just like, he's talking smack. He's not welcome here. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Good luck hit. And Iron Chef Sakai actually said, say goodbye to your goals, Phil. That's what this pay pig said. Even the pay pigs are hitting him with L's. The pay pig himself came out and said, good luck. Say goodbye to your goals, Phil.
I know, like he tried to really distract my stream tonight. And pissed me off, and I've had enough. So
he should go in there and tell everybody he found the queen, and we don't need the king of beggars. Let's go watch the queen of streaming and good entertainment and good quality streams and give our money to her instead of you, Phil. Oh, those donos, I could just hear them drying up. I could feel them drying up. I could see them drying up in your near future.
Screw him. He's not coming back. Fair enough? All right. And by the way, people are going to be rejoicing at that news because they don't want distractions on my streams. And I agree with you. I don't want it either.
No, I think people would be rejoicing because they know that you're going to be light $1,000 every month, right? Is it fair to say that guy Iron Chef gave him $1,000 a month? I think so, from what I've seen. That guy dropped $100 on me, and he didn't even know me. But he thought that Phil was going to get 50 of it or something. He bought 20 gifted memberships.
Doesn't matter how much he begs this time or tries to throw at me, he ain't coming back. Unless he pays off my mortgage.
Oh, so there is a price. There's still a price. If he pays off the mortgage for Phil, then Phil will give him some money. And this is so funny. She puts on Darksydephil's song, I Need That Money, and she dances to it. And then she found out about the May 1st burst. For those unaware, it's the incident. The May 1st burst is what happened when Phil didn't realize that his streaming camera was on and he cranked one out live on air. Dance girl, look at that tip goal. Holy shit. Hey, Phil, you loser. And she doesn't beg at all. Look at her tip goal. She She's got a $1,500 tip goal, and she probably hit it that night. Did you get $1,500 in a day, Phil, with your shit stream and you're begging every 10 seconds? Oh, it's wonderful, and I'm here for it. She snaked him. You go, girl. Fuck this begging clown. Oh, it's just glorious. And there's another clip where she finds out about the May 1st burst. Is there another clip? Oh, I thought there was another. I might have it further up here. We'll find it. She hears in the song that he pleasured himself in front of children, and it's quite possible. I don't know if he did, but it's quite possible if it was a public stream and a video game stream, there might have been children watching when he was cranking one out. That being said, has this great clip. Here is a list of the things that Philip, remember, he's trashing this girl for doing squats, and she trashed him right back, said he can't even do a squat because he's a fat bastard. Here's a list of things Philip has offered to do for money in the past month. Eat food, show his feet, do push-ups, put socks on, show his freezer, show his underwear, and dance. So who is the real slut here? And again, this is Phil being a crude, misogynist idiot.
I don't give a shit. I don't care if she talks shit about me, because apparently I'm being told she did. That people made fun of me. Say, oh, did you know that there's an e-beggar named Darksydephil? Oh, so embarrassed. He's in his 40s and he e-begs. You're fucking squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You fucking slut. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, what a loser. And again, the things that he has agreed to do for money. Eat food, show feet, do push-ups, put socks on, show his freezer, show his underwear, and then dance. And he's talking about her. Right? And here's another clip of the new queen.
Right? Dead. Like last night was unbearable. I'm trying to play the Marvel collection. I'm kicking ass. I'm literally spanking people up, down, left, and right. Grandmaster ranking. Oh, you know what Orange Sky's doing right now? He's over in the chat, and he's doing this, and he's doing that. All right? So it's this simple. There's something that I learned, okay, in the last couple of years, okay? And here's what I learned.
Oh, he's about to drop some fucking wisdom on us, I guess.
My actions, okay, don't just affect me.
That's good.
My actions affect everyone.
He learned that as a 40-year-old man.
Oh, felt it. And then here is where she finds out why they call Phil a pig.
No matter what I do, it seems like everyone's
Those are his snorts.
He snorts?
He snorts, yeah. That's why they call him a pig.
They call him a pig because he snorts.
Interesting.
Oh, no. Yeah, and Lex, this female streamer, says that someone emailed her to do a DSP diss track, not me, and that if she hits 2,000 subs, she will absolutely do a diss track about Darksydephil, and that she's going to eat him up, too. I'm here for it.
Somebody emailed me, and they were like, yo, let me know if you want to make a song or rap about this guy.
They wanted you to make a rap?
Guys, somebody emailed me, and he was like, they were like, yo, let me know if you want to make a diss track about this guy. What? Like, bro, what?
Who thinks she should do it? Let me know in the live chat. I would contribute to that.
Let me cook. Bro, I'm in. Do it. Everyone's saying do it. Wait, guys, should I really do it?
Yes, you should do it.
I need somebody to help me write, though. Oh shit, dude, they're all telling me to do it. Wait.
By the way, I'm a musician, and I don't know who already offered to help her, but I just want to, and a songwriter, producer. I will make the track for her. I will write the lyrics. I'll give her a guide track of me or somebody else singing it or rapping it, whatever she wants to do. I will help her do that. So she's got multiple offers to do a diss track. Albert Cole with 5 says Phil has had at least 4 strokes on stream, one where his eyes went all wrong. Well, that's scary. Really? He's had strokes on stream? I never heard that before. He ought to see a neurologist then. That's pretty serious. But thank you, Albert Cole. Codeine Crusader Andy with $2 says, Iron Chef Sakai literally made Kick Chat sufferable. Sufferable. Okay. And look at that. If you become a YouTube channel member during a live broadcast, we give you a big shout out and a thank you. And the miserable gremlin just became a YouTube member. Thank you, the miserable gremlin. And you get some extra goodies and a YouTube member badge, so everybody in the live chat knows you're a big supporter. And when you become a member during a live chat, we give you a big shout out, a big thank you. So big shout out to the miserable gremlin. And thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. And NW News with another one. Go ahead, Steve. Play the May 1st clip for us. I have it, but he was just lucky that the camera wasn't pointed more down, because you don't actually see him cranking it, but you know he's cranking it. NWO News with 2 says, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing it, but thank you, NWO News. I think most people here have seen it. Tricorder Transmission says, bro, I went to Lexi's Lego stream as a goof to meme on Phil and wound up enjoying those girls so much, I gave them money. Lexi owned Phil so hard, it was epic. Yeah, and here I thought the story was done for me. I thought the story arc had played its, wow, look at that, played its part. The miserable gremlin, who already just became a Praise the Cash member themselves, has now gifted 50 Truth Seekers memberships. And this, my friends, is why you want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you are a subscriber but not yet a YouTube channel member, and some incredibly kind and generous person like the miserable gremlin gifts these free memberships, they get randomly given out to people who are in the live chat, but you must be a subscriber or YouTube will not give you one of those free memberships. And boy, we have 50 people in the live chat, all got a free membership. My chat is just lit up with people getting free memberships. Like Gina Primo, like Farceface, and Sofa Ninja, King Cyber 3R, Alra got a free membership. The Knight Richard, DSP video game got a free gifted a membership. Tex Howdy, and many, many more of you. My whole chat is lit up with these big blue people who got free gifted memberships. So big ups and big thank you. Very, very generous of the miserable gremlin. Yeah, big ups. Nocturnal. Yeah, and Phil needs to answer where his spunk went. Yeah, and as pointed out by Keemstar, he didn't even clean up. I guess he just I think he just shot his load under the desk, and then he went and did his stream, which is fucking gross, man. At least have some tissue standing. You know, sometimes you get a little backed up, you got to crank one out. There's nothing you can do. You got to crank one out.
Wait, we need a goal for that. We need a goal for that. Yeah. That's like an actual goal right there.
Yeah. Do it, honey. I would help.
Holy shit, that would be funny as fuck. They will help you.
Goal
is 2K subs. If we hit 2K subs, I will absolutely do a diss track.
There you go.
Dude, that would be hilarious. I can't even picture us oh man, I just can't.
So looks like she's gonna hit those subs and do a diss track. My Twitter DMs are open, or she could email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. I'll make the music for her. I'll write the lyrics. I'll help her record it. I have remote studio software. I can help her do that. I think this would be great. And this is a great clip from Mouth Drooler Incorporated. The jealous idiots are interrupting his successful Lego business stream. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sitting on a.
Let's try that again.
Hilarious. See how these jealous idiots? Someone just said, "Oh, that's a lot of lifting," saying you're successful, dude. I am sitting on a stream right now building Legos, and I've made hundreds of dollars. Yes, I'm successful. You stupid idiot. Okay.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't call anybody who builds Legos and begs for money while they're building Legos successful. I don't care how much money you begged. I would not I would not call you a successful person. If you were successful, you wouldn't need to build Legos and beg. Suffer, bitch. 3 pounds from James 4488. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much, much appreciated. I can't see Phil because of all the progress he made on that Lego set. And detective, he got out the grandma glasses. Yeah. He's miserable. He's miserable. Yes, he is miserable, and he is broke. He's broke. He's miserable. He's a moron, and he's a loser. Bro looks like a Timo Tom Selleck with those specs on. Yes, he does. Oh, man. How many more? We got a lot more clips to get through. I think this is the one where she finds out about the May 1st burst. Let's check this one out. Besides, it's more dancing, so I'm here for it. She just heard "emmed" in front of children, and she's like, "Wait, what? What did he do?"
Pause. What?
May 1st burst, honey.
What the fuck? He did what? Wait, what?
He did the May 1st burst.
He forgot the camera was on. What? Oh, they're talking about, okay. Alright, song's over. The music dance experience has now been canceled.
It's called the May 1st burst, honey. He had to crank one out. You know, he was backed up.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He's a loser!
I've got to pee. What the fuck? 2016, he was caught beating his Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on stream. I'm fucking dead. How does that even happen?
Yeah, by the way, look, you know, I understand as a live streamer that mistakes are going to happen, but how much of a goober moron do you have to be to jerk off right in front of a camera and not know if the camera is on or off? Right? At least get a camera cover if you're going to beat one off right where you stream. And I don't know about everybody else, but listen, I knew another show host who they shared their screen and went to their Google on stream. And you know how Google shows your most recently visited websites? It was all porno sites. So I have a strict rule that I don't do anything personal on my streaming computer. Not that I, watch porn a lot and beat off, but look, my point is there's never any adult material on my streaming computer because I don't ever want to make a mistake like that. Like this other show host, and boy, did he get shit about it. He just went to Google something and he was sharing his screen, and most recently visited sites were all, yes, that was Goofon. That was Goofon that did that. He shared his screen and it was all of his most recent sites or most visited sites on his main Google page. It was all like YouPorn and X videos and Pornhub and shit. So I learned a lesson from him. No adult material on your streaming PC ever. Ever. Ever.
How do you even slip up like that?
Yeah, how does that happen?
How do you even, this is why we clown him. May 1st burst has me in tears. Oh.
It's the May 1st burst, honey. It had to be done.
May 1st burst? It happened on May 1st? And y'all named it May 1st burst?
Are y'all serious?
That's crazy. That's so funny.
It was the May 1st burst, honey. Yes, this is her finding out about the May 1st burst. And here is Phil versus the multiverse. So this is why this shit is so funny, because here's Phil with his Lego flowers or whatever, plants, right? And so that's Phil's version. And the better version is, of course, the girl's version. Come on, look at that. Look at that. And look at her tip goal, $1,252 of a $1,500 goal. God bless her. God bless this girl. And you know what? I hope that she takes in huge fat stacks of cash from roasting this pig. Best of luck to her. But I think she did it better. Who did it better? Phil? Phil, you're not even good at this Lego shit. And look at this girls, man. Oh wow, these girls did a great job. Phil, you dumbass. Phil versus the multiverse. He promoted the hell out of the Lego stream, and then he didn't even finish it. This girl finished it. This girl finished it. She actually finished it. Okay. And here, because of the recent events that have taken place, Darksydephil is losing his goddamn mind. He's gotten pushed over the edge, right? The interview was a big hit. And then along comes Brosydephil with another big attack, proving that the police labeled this guy a mental case. And then this girl comes in. She builds the same Lego set he does. He doesn't finish it. She made $1,500, Phil, building the same Lego set that you did for what, $150? You begging losing moron.
I just wish that I could have had more of that instead of sitting around bored, seeing some really, again, liberal leftist writing where every girl in this game just happens to be bisexual. Oh,
he's seething about this girl, Lexi, because she's bisexual. He's seething. He's seething about this girl. So I don't think it's a coincidence that he brought this stuff. This girl, Lex, has infected his brain. And now he was playing a game and they have bisexual girls. Like Lex is bisexual and has a hot girlfriend. So he got triggered. He got triggered by a bisexual boss bitch.
Completely gay, and they all have crushes on each other, and they're doing witchcraft. I'm not kidding you. Yes, witchcraft, blood sacrifices, and issuing curses on their enemies.
You know, it's fiction, Phil. Do you understand? Do you think that Skyrim is real, dude? Do you think, you can really turn into a werewolf if you get bitten by one? It's a game. It's fiction, you asshole. And like in Skyrim, there's wizards and warriors. It's a game. It's not reality, dude.
That's really good, stuff, role model stuff for our children, isn't it? I really would like my teen daughter to play this game so she thinks that it's okay to cut her finger open and mix her blood with someone else while wishing them pain and vengeance and curses and suffering.
He's seething over bisexual girls in a game.
So
he's seething.
Yeah, it's pretty bad in that regard. I just wish that I could have had more of that instead of sitting around bored, seeing some really
it's playing
liberal leftist
here.
writing where every girl in this game just happens to be bisexual.
Oh, he can't. Now he's got a pathological hatred for bisexual girls because this bisexual boss bitch came along and stole all his money. And remember, he thinks he's entitled to all that money. That's his money that Iron Chef Sakai is giving this Lex girl. That's his money being stolen away from him. Okay, DSP is melting down over Iron Chef Sakai and Strangely Lex. All right, I'm here for it. Let's get into it. I just checked in with the goal. We're only at 9 of 50. So there may not be overtime tonight, but I won't bitch and cry, right?
All right. So I don't care. You can stop telling me that he's talking shit. Of course he is. The guy did an entire stream about me, unhinged, talking shit, right?
Oh, we may have played this one already,
and
but
then
we'll listen again.
You know, he comes back begging for forgiveness and acting nice and throwing money around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't want to hear about him anymore. Like, I don't care that he donated to anyone. I don't care. In fact, I don't want to hear it again.
He doesn't care so much that he mentioned it. He bitched about it like multiple times in one stream. He doesn't care so much.
If I see it again, I'm just going to start banning. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me, right?
Oh, so people are coming in his live chat and letting him know that his pay pigs are over at Strangely Lex Kick channel and giving Strangely Lex his money. He is seething. He's seething because he's broke and his pay pigs are all leaving him like rats from a sinking ship. And listen, all we really need is for 2 or 3 more of his big pay pigs to leave. And he is fucked. He's going to be making $30 a stream. He better figure something out. He better figure something. He can't afford to lose the pay pigs. The pay pigs are the only reason he ever hits any of these goals. And by the way, you know, what is his goals? Like $300 a day? That's $1,500 a week or $1,800 a week. He works 6 days a week. He begs his way into $1,800 a week, and it's mostly the pay pigs that are paying that.
Yes, I did give him endless chances. I was trying to be nice to the guy and explain to him logically why I couldn't remod him, but it's never enough.
If the guy's giving you thousands of dollars, you could mod him. And by the way, I'd like to get an interview with Iron Chef Sakai. So if somebody knows how I can get in touch with him or he's listening, email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. We want to hear your story, Iron Chef Sakai. I'd like to hear his side of the story because all we ever get is
I got a $5
Bill's
tip.
side.
Anonymous $5 tip here.
Well, that made him feel a little better about losing the pay pig. He got a whole $5 tip.
And then I got an $11 tip.
Whoa, big money.
Let's hit the goal from an anonymous tipper. So we got 11 and 5. We just got 16. But guys, I got to get going.
Somebody said, hopefully he doesn't try a chargeback.
I'm not kidding. I can't be around all night.
I got to get going. So hurry up and pay up. I got to get going. Hurry up and pay up. I got to get going. And the memes, friends. I'm here for the memes. Iron Chef Sakai checking out Strangely Lex. Yes, I am here for the memes. And there has been many. I didn't retweet all of them. But you could just check the hashtag DSP or Darksydephil on Twitter. And, it's a laugh riot. Hypnotoad said, I wasn't sure about DSP being an incel until the Lex arc. He just went off on her for nothing. Well, not for nothing. She stole that money from him. That was his money. That was his money, friends. Okay. And Lenauser says, anyone with common sense, with 5, says, anyone with common sense would know not to start mocking someone popular. With everything going on, DSP decides to become worse. It makes no sense. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And, you know, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, like this girl's clearly a boss bitch. Look at all the money she's making on her kick streams. She's having a great time. She's living her best life. And compare that to this loser, e-beggar moron who begs 100 times a stream. I have a video to share tonight of him begging 50 times in one stream. And yeah, it's just wonderful. She's destroying his business. Go, girl. Go, girl. Take a couple of more of his pay pigs. I dare you, Strangely Lex. I'm a little jealous, though, because Iron Chef Sakai came over and dropped $100. I thought we were going to steal Darksydephil's pay pigs, but it looks like she's going to get the pay pigs. And, you know, I'm not bitter. A little jealous, maybe, because I could use that money to pay my bill. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money to pay my taxes, my mortgage, my grocery bill. I need that money. I really, really do. But she probably needs the money as well. So good for her. No hard feelings. I just hope, I don't care who gets Darksydephil's pay pigs money. As long as it's not Darksydephil. I don't care if you pay this Toxicity Unmasked the money, if you pay this Strangely Lex, you know, any duty streams, any of the detractor streams, don't give your money to DSP. Give it to somebody else, and that would make me happy. What we have to do is bleed this pig. We have to bleed the pig of all. We have to bleed him of all the pay pigs. We have to steal the pay pigs away from him, and then he will never hit a goal again. And wouldn't that be a great universe? He's going to have a $30 goal soon he won't be able to hit when this girl is done snaking him. It is, after all, the year of the snake. Oh, I forgot to wear my snake shirt today. I bought that just for the Darksydephil streams. God damn it, Steve the Snake. I need to snake. He is playing 4D knots and crosses. Yeah. 20 flyovers with one for the goal. Steve, what do you think Kino will do with the latest Phil drama when they get back? Do you think Triple P will gaslight him about it and then have Lex on? Well, I don't know. I tried to get this girl on. And by the way, if she's watching this, please do. I think we'd have a fun conversation, and I can help you snake some more of his pay pigs. I really can help you snake some more of his pay pigs. I'll help pump people to your kick streams. I will promote and support you, and you just got to come here and we'll have a fun conversation about all of this. Email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. I'm going to try to find her email address because I'm sure like a lot of people don't check their Twitter DMs, and especially females, because there's a lot of creepers. And for all I know, she's one of those people doesn't check her Twitter DMs. I sent her a message, you know. Venus Rose says, haven't watched enough to say personally why fools, but from watching a general documentary, it seems a mix of luck with a specific version of a game and technicalities. Didn't win top threes. I don't know. Yeah, and let's go. Yeah, so let's get some subs. Let's get some more donos. Because we are at 9 of 50 still on the goal. Don't make me start begging like Phil, friends. Don't make me start begging like Phil to get to the goal. Okay? But I need that money. I really, really do. And here they call it a beggar sampler. Here's just a quick sampling of some of the begging tactics that Phil uses. I love this one. I'm going to use this myself. We'll try it. I'm going to look. We're going to. This is eBeggar. This is the eBeggar Academy. So Darksydephil is going to teach me how to be a better beggar. Right? He's going to teach me how to be a better beggar. So I'm going to try to learn how to beg as good as Phil does, or as bad as Phil does. Depends on your point of view. But here we go.
Okay. What we're gonna start in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We're gonna start by 7:15 and play for about 2 hours, just so everybody knows.
Okay, good.
Please support the stream tonight if you can. Everyone would appreciate that. And why don't we just get a few things? Let's get 1 super chat, 1 membership, 1 sub, and 1 tip right now. Doesn't even matter the amount. Let's just get 1 of everything. A little bit of variety and to get momentum going.
A beggar sampler.
Let's do it. Who's gonna be the first person to contribute tonight and get on the leaderboard?
The leaderboard. Okay. You know what's funny to me is I think if you're on the board for giving money to Darksydephil, you're not a leader, you're a loser. He ought to call that my loser board. If you want to get on my loser board, send me some money. This is called the e-begging sampler, though, where you ask for 1 of every kind of money people could possibly send you. I'm going to try this next.
Please support the stream tonight if you can. Everyone would appreciate that.
Let's support the stream.
Why don't we just get a few things? Let's get 1 super chat, 1 membership, 1 sub, and 1 tip right now.
1 tip.
Doesn't even matter the amount. Let's just get 1 of everything.
Let's get 1 of everything. Praise the cash, you e-begging moron.
Who's going to be the first person to contribute tonight and get on the leaderboard?
The loser board. Wow. So, see, I like to take lessons, right, from good. Look, man, if nothing else, he's good at begging. So we're going to try it right now. We've got to get 1 of each. So we got to get a PayPal tip. We got to get some gifted subs over on Kick. Can we get at least 1 gifted sub over on Kick? Can we get 1 gifted membership on YouTube? Can we get a super chat? Can we get a PayPal pledge? One of each, so we could get some momentum. We need you to support the stream. So can we get a super chat, one PayPal pledge, one gifted sub on Kick, and one gifted membership on YouTube? I think we can get it. Who will be the first to contribute so you can get on my leaderboard? It's the leaderboard, not the loser board. You're not a loser if you give me money. You're a winner like me. Detective, hearing the call, says God bless the goal with 220. So we got the super chat. Now we need a gifted sub. We need somebody to gift some subs over on the Kick chat. Troll with 5. All right, we've got 2 people. We're getting our beggar sampler together. I already sent you 5. With this 5, does that count towards the goal? No, it has to be a $10 super chat. Try again, troll. Praise the cash, though. Now we'll get 20 out of him instead of just 10. Farceface with 2 says, here is 1 tip. There you go. Thank you very much. We got it. And Zerg with 10. I'm doing my part. Detractors acting broke tonight. Thank you, 0. 1 for the goal. Oh, and I should have said, can we get 5 super chats of $10 or more towards the goal? Because it's looking like there's a bunch of brokies in here. We only got 10 of 50 towards the goal. Maybe it's a brokey stream tonight. I don't know. But 0 is not a brokey and heard the call of the goal. Thank you for your kindness. 0's doing his part. Don't you want to do your part too? Oh, and there, more for the begging sampler. Not so great green salad, who's already a Praise the Cash member, gifted 1 True Seekers member. Maybe he's onto something. This begging sampler works. And Detective gifted 1 True Seekers membership. And Gribbus Gibman got that free True Seekers membership thanks to Detective. And I should have mentioned that MTO 2089 was gifted a membership due to the kindness, generosity, and support of Not So Green Salad. And we've got 1 for the goal. 1 for the goal from Gino Primo. I was withholding, but then you hit me with the e-beggar sampler. Works every time. Praise the cash. Also, shout out to Gremlin for the gifted sub. Yeah, Gino Primo got a free gifted sub. And see, she's giving back. Hey, man, all you brokies that got a free membership, that's $5. Maybe you could pay it forward with the kindness. And if you got a free membership that for $5, it's free to you, then you could give back to the universe. And by universe, I mean give $5 back to me. You could throw a $5 super chat in and help us with the e-beggar sampler. And yeah, big ups and thank you to Gremlin and all you people for the gifted subs. And I'll take a moment to check in with the Kick chat because we want to see if you Kick viewers heeded the call of the e-begging sampler. And it looks like you did. Devoured Eagle gifted 1 sub. Let's get some subs. Let's go. And Clydesdale gifted 1 subscription. And then Clydesdale gifted 5 more subscriptions. And as I said, Dambit also gifted 1 subscription. And today, over on the Kick chat, Bloodwolf subscribed, Jake Raz subscribed, and Mewtwo X Reveal subscribed today as well. So thank you to the Kick viewers for the gifted subs. Big ups to Devoured Eagle, Clydesdale, Dambit, Bloodwolf, Jake Raz, and Mewtwo X Reveal for either gifting a sub or becoming a subscriber themselves. And look at that. Lenalzer has gifted 5 True Seekers memberships, heeding the call of the e-begging sampler. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God, hallelujah. Thank you, Lenalzer, who gifted 5 True Seekers memberships. And because of that, Xenacat became a Praise the Cash member. And we've got Parbs became a Praise the Cash member. Cider, I think that's how you say it, PCI, Cytec became a Praise the Cash member. Rustin Rourke became a Praise the Cash member. And Daniela Ashley became a Praise the Cash member, all due to the generosity and support of longtime show supporter and big supporter Lenalzer. Thank you very much. Who's also a Praise the Cash member themselves. So very, very generous and kind of you. Thank you very much, and praise the cash, bitches. Okay, and so where were we at? We're gonna see. We've got some more to share with you, and I want to remind everybody that I will be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be responding. For those unaware, there's this crazy situation going on. You look up David Wilcock, Ancient Aliens. So this guy who was on Ancient Aliens, we've been A-logging for a long time. He's the biggest pathological liar on the internet, and all I do is I listen to the things that he says, and then we fact check him, and we catch him lying all the time. And this has started to drive him fucking crazy. And he claimed that I got him swatted. We got the body cam footage, and we found out there was no swatting. Then he said that I'm sending death threats. He means people are sending him mean tweets. He said I tried to extort money from him. And last week he said that I'm a expert cyber hacker, and I somehow hacked into his bank and I stole $4,000 out of his bank account. And of course, all of this is ridiculous, but I'm going to respond to it, and we'll do a whole show on his most recent allegations at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And I'm happy to report that I think Spooky is back making the thumbnails for those kind of shows. One second. No, I don't think that Carrie has finished tomorrow's thumbnail, but tomorrow's show will be Delusional David Wilcock makes more ridiculous false claims about Stephen Cambian. So there's an awful lot to get through tomorrow. I just can't believe that some clown from Ancient Aliens is accusing me of hacking into his bank account. Like, we broke his brain with fact checks and with like finding records that prove that his shady aerospace company is being sued by all these creditors. They're being sued by investors. If you think that Darksydephil is a loser, you're going to love this Wilcock guy. He is, it's hard to find a bigger loser than Darksydephil. Yeah, and we need to get 4,000 towards the goals. Yes. Yes. Reality is mind-bending. I didn't have an Ancient Alien star calling me a criminal and a Satan-worshipping child predator on my 2025 bingo card, but you know what? Here we are. Here we are. So I've got some more stuff to share with you. But I guess that'll kind of do it for the Strangely Lex stuff, unless there's new stuff that I'm not aware of. I am totally fascinated with this guy begging so much. And every time I think like that you dirty detractors can't be telling the truth. Like, he can't really beg 50 times in one stream, can he? Because for those unaware, like, look, it's customary to one time say like, oh, we're a viewer-supported show and we have a financial goal tonight to fund our stream. So if you're feeling generous, please support us. You know, that's fine. But 50 times, and I just laugh at this shit. It is so entertaining to watch this clown beg and beg and beg and beg and beg and beg and beg. And remember, while he's hard pushing the begging and guilt tripping and all this stuff, he is shitting all over people that gave him $1,000 in donos for ridiculous nonsense, mostly.
Straight streams. We have hit the tip's goal, proving that the only reason the streak ever ended was because of Black Myth Wukong sucking so bad. Would have been right now at 52. Yeah, it would have been 52. Please like the stream. Any contributions are greatly appreciated. Super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, or tips. I do wish, obviously, to continue the King streak. 11 now, it will be. Straight streams hitting this tip's goal. Please send a tip tonight. You can do that by looking in the description of the stream or just type exclamation point tip into the chat. Please support the stream. Let's get some tips rolling in. Let's get our first tip of the night. Let's get our first memberships of the night. Let's get a super chat for the night in here right away. Please give this video a like.
He can't even keep a straight
this channel
face
particularly
himself.
does not get a lot of engagement. Please hit like on the stream. Contributions tonight, anything greatly appreciated. We want to keep the King streak alive. We please tip tonight. Let's hit that goal as soon as possible. If we hit it with a goal, let's get it up to 100 likes. Let's get some contributions, but in particular tips. Let's get the tips coming in. Let's get it going here tonight. Thank you. I received my second tip of the night. Thank you. Finally, the highest of the night. But guys, let's unseat that right now. Generous tip to fill the King's coffers and get that King's tips amount higher, $6 tip and a $7 tip. Let's have someone do an $8 tip right now. Let's just keep increasing the tip until we hit the goal. Now let's have someone do an $8 tip.
See, this guy is such a scuzzbag. Like, oh, somebody said $7. Now somebody's got to send 8, right? What was our biggest super chat tonight was 50. So again, I'm learning from the master beggar. I'm learning how to make more money begging on the internet from the master of begging on the internet. Oh, I got blurry like Bigfoot for a second there. Yeah, so look, our biggest super chat tonight was for 50. So what we really got to do is we got to get a 60. And then after we get the 60, I'll say we got to get a $70 super chat. And after we get that 80 and 100, I'll just keep. That's what he does. He just, no matter how much money people give him, he always wants more. That is pure greed, friends. And by the way, I just want to mention, while I'm complaining about Darksydephil begging too much, we have hit 11 of 50 towards our goal tonight. So we need, 39 more people to send a $10 or more super chat. Because if we don't hit that goal, look, it's my day off tomorrow. Do you guys expect me to eat a goddamn lunch meat sandwich? I can't even get any takeout food. Well, we got takeout food today, so we'll likely not get takeout food tomorrow because me and my wife are both cheap. But still, I still need the money. This smelling kind of broken, this live chat tonight. We can't get 39 more? Oh, man. Tough times here at Truth Seekers.
Come on, who's going to be the $8 tipper to Unseat Chocoboco? Let's get someone right now to do an $8 tip. If you are here enjoying the stream tonight, please give it a like. Please hit like right now if you're having a good time. Let's get it going with the tips. Like I said, let's have someone do 8, and then we can continue. We get the momentum going. I mean, unless you want to do bigger, support the stream. Let's keep the King streak alive. So now we have a new top tipper in Hair of the Dog. See what I mean? We're getting a little bit of action.
I can't believe there's so many begs all in one stream.
$9 tipper. Let's find out. $9. So now who's going to be
the $10 tipper?
Let's get it going, and then we'll be a third of the way there. Guys, we want to get Hiseo drunk, right? We want to get him sloshed tonight. Someone tip $10, and then Hiseo has to drink. Come on, guys. Don't we want to see Hiseo take a shot? We got to get $10
he's pocket watching this.
Yeah, he's
checking my bag for sure.
You better get ready
always
to drink.
Checking my bag.
We just received a $10 tip, $46 and climbing, $4 away from the Gunner glasses. But we're gonna do $11 to unseat.
Who's gonna do 11?
$11 tipper and get the Gunner glasses going. A $4 tip. So sadly, this will not be a top tipper, but I am.
Yeah, you're right, Stormcrow.
That means it is Gunner glasses time.
Let's
100 and a half. 150. It's the best. Once we hit the goals, I can get the rewards right away. It came in $11 tip. And
you're right. Stormcrow is right. But if I've learned nothing, Stormcrow, from watching Darksydephil, is that you got to be extra greedy, right? And you ask for more than you really want. So our goal tonight was for 50 super chats of $10 or more. And Stormcrow, I'm going to have to permanently ban you for if you're going to keep up this kind of negativity, Stormcrow. I don't need this negativity in my live chat. Why don't you go watch another streamer? Stormcrow says, would have smashed the goal if it was a normal 50 super chats. I don't like this negativity in my live chat, Stormcrow. I think you ought to send 39 $10 super chats right now or risk a permanent ban here. Everybody, all the world's a critic. Yeah, it was probably too high. It was probably too high. But everybody's been so generous that I thought we could hit that. I'm okay if we don't. For an Ambulax with 5, Dave couldn't get superpowers if he was bitten by a radioactive spider. Yeah, probably not. Probably not, friends. Oh, let's continue with the Beg Fest.
And we are working our way toward 100, which would mean the beret. Who's going to be the $12 tipper and get us so closer to the hat? Who's going to tip $12 and make Hiseo finish his...
What kind of morons and losers pay him $100 to put on a hat?
Drink. We did it.
By the way, if I get $100 in super chats in the next 10 minutes, I will put on a hat. I got a hat right over there. I'll go get it. I'll put it on. And all we need is $100 in super chats. And by the way, we just to check in with the goal, it says that we only have 50 minutes left on the goal. Just, while we listen to Phil beg. Just a reminder to support my stream.
$12 tip has just come in. This is excellent. See this, guys? Who's going to be the $13 tipper? And of course, if anyone just wants to smash it and do a whopping $77 tip to get us right to the goal, be my guest. Somebody just received a $13 tip. Let's keep going with a $14 tip. Now, who's going to be the $14 tipper to get the Jill hat? Let's find out. I have received the $14 tip. All right.
14. Now he's going to ask for 15. Moth Loves Detracting says, Steve, do you know the story of DSP and Super Blind Man? No, I don't know. Let me know. Put it in the live chat in all capital letters. Mimic the grift is the grift, says C. Darcy. Now I'm going to start permanently banning you negative people, right? We're here to praise the cash and learn how to make... Listen, I need to learn how to make $1,800 a week at least. So that's why we're watching Darksydephil. You know, then we'll just emulate him. And look, I'm going to say it this way. Look, I talk to all kinds of shit on Darksydephil, but no one can deny that his tactics work. We just tried the e-begging super sampler and it worked. It worked. So maybe he's not such a shithead, right? Maybe he's not. Mr. Medcal with 2 says, Heidi ho, Steve. Came over from the live Wednesday night. Oh, good. I'm glad that you're here, and thank you for your kindness. Very much appreciated. And then we've got Cave Teeth with $4.99. How much to switch to RoboCop glasses? I have separate glasses. That'd be $100 too. So what we'd like to get is $100. Why am I so blurry all of a sudden? I don't know. We'd like to get $100 for the hat, and I will change sunglasses to these other. They look like, they're more like Terminator glasses, not RoboCop glasses. That'd be $100. Devoured Eagle with 50 MX. Steve, did you watch that Zelensky clip of him begging Trump for more money and not taking accountability? The DSP of presidents, everyone. Yeah, and it was very surreal to see a foreign leader. Normally they do these things behind closed doors. For those unaware, Zelensky was having a meeting with President Trump and Vice President Pence, and they started going after him for risking World War III and all this stuff. And then apparently I saw these news reports. Colin Rugg is a good source of news. I don't know. I get my news from him. And I think he posted that they had a lunch prepared for Zelensky, and they basically threw him out, and they didn't have the lunch with him, and the staffers ate the prepared lunch that was for Zelensky. But thank you, Devoured Eagle, for your kindness, generosity, and support. And I don't even know what MX is, but we'll take it. What is that, 50 MX? I don't know what that is. Is that Mexican pesos? Yeah, I think so. Well, whatever it is, we'll take it. We'll take it. And look at that. Rotary Motion gifted 1 True Seekers membership. We ought to do a new e-begging sampler. But thank you, Rotary Motion, who gifted a membership. And H-Bomb was gifted the membership. So be sure that you hit the subscribe button. Because when a kind and generous person like Rotary Motion, who, by the way, is a Praise the Cash member themselves and a longtime show supporter, it does something kind and generous like gift a membership. If you're a subscriber but not yet a channel member, you are eligible to win one of those free memberships. Moth Loves Detracting says, big ups. Yes, and let's return to the Beg Fest. We're not through it yet.
And then who's going to be the $15 tipper? Now, that is unless someone just wants to drop the 50 bomb now. I'm not going to say don't do that. 5 people hit like right now on the stream. Let's get the 100 likes. If you're here and you're enjoying the stream, please support it in some way. Let's crush this tip skull and continue the streak. Will someone do 15? Will someone do the whole 50? If you haven't liked the stream yet, what are you waiting for?
He's just so shameless with it. Just so shameless.
Tip to make it happen. Who's going to be number?
He sounds like, you ever go to an auction, those auctioneers? Who give me $10, $10, who give me $12, $13, $14. He sounds like an auctioneer, but Instead of auctioning things, he's just begging.
For 15 to
Can we get 15? Can we get 16? Who's going to give me that?
Come on, guys. Let's hit
Come
the
on,
goal
guys.
and get the berry vest for the finale of the stream. I don't want the streak to die tonight.
Oh, yeah. I got to adopt that strategy. Listen, we're starting a goal streak, and the last, I think, 5 nights in a row that I've streamed, we've hit our goal. Listen, we can't let the streak end, friends. We cannot let the streak end. So all we need is 39 more super chats of $10 or more, and then we will maintain our winning streak.
I've received a $10.88 tip. A weird amount from Rick Perez. Why don't you count the king streak as a daily thing? Oh, a whole goal for an entire day across 3 different streams. It would never work. We're only $39 away. Hitting the goal. If you're going to contribute, please do it right now. This is the last chance if you want it.
Last chance to give me money,
support the stream, please do so right now. If you were waiting and holding off, now is the time. Well, I just received a $14 tip, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think someone's about to tip $25. I just received a $25 tip. You know what that means?
It worked.
I'm a scumbag, and I'm greedy and shit.
I'm a scumbag and I'm greedy.
At Tigers Plus,
sorry. I'm a scumbag and I'm greedy. And please do check out Frawny the Tractor channel, who basically, maybe we'll do another one. Frawny the Tractor goes through his streams and cuts out all the begging and clips it all together. And it is glorious, friends. It is glorious. Oh, man. There's one where there's a beg count of 85 in one stream, beg count. Greed mode activated. Beg count 58. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't have the stream. I didn't have that shared. So Frawny the Tractor, go subscribe because it's a lot of work, man. They go through the streams and cut out all the begging and then they clip it together. Look at this. Beg count 58. Beg count 85. Beg count 21. This one's great. We'll do this one too. He begged while he was testing a microphone. It's not even during the gameplay streams. Like, oh, I have to jump on stream and test this new microphone. So while I'm testing the microphone, I'm going to beg. Oh my God.
With a business degree.
beg,
Beg.
beg, beg. All I see you do is.
We're up to $9 in contributions between the 3 super chats. Today is DSP Tries It, chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. I can't imagine them being any good. Really, I can't. What are we doing today? Marvel Rivals. Remember the way that it works? For a $20 contribution, you can select the character that I'm going to use next. And then tonight on the late stream, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, Microsoft Flight Simulator returns. And again, another interactive stream. You guys will be able to choose where we fly. And I like this because it's kind of like you're buying a plane ticket. The biggest contributor says, we want to go here. And then we fly there and we have a good time chilling and talking about that location, doing some air tourism. An hour ago, Connor the Gamer re-upped his membership, and Guitar Player 1939 re-upped his membership for 42 months. That's it. I've literally gotten $9 of contributions in the last 2.5 hours I've been streaming. Isn't that great?
This is the great part, the guilting. Hear this? I've literally only gotten $9 for the last 2 hours I've been streaming. Isn't that great? So it's not just the begging, it's the guilting the audience, right? Like I deserve this money. Gamer Cool 2048 with 10, 1 for the goal. And now, my friends, we only need 38 more people to heed the call of the $10 or more super chat goal. Who says, I will give you money for the good, honest content. Well, we appreciate that. And though, I'm never quite sure what's going to do well, right? Like last night, I laid a trap for one of these UFO grifters who's doing a live show, and we had a True Seekers viewer go to the live event and undercover record it, and then we broadcast it. That took a lot of coordination and planning and effort, and it wasn't very well supported stream, but I don't complain because I think doing some of that good, honest content and investigative journalism work, some of the more serious stuff I do, is a community service, and we want to be of public benefit. Cave Teeth with $4.99. Steve, I understand your criticism of DSP, but there's one thing you forgot. Where's your Lego building stream, bitch? Well, in my defense, I'm half blind, so especially one of those sets with all the tiny little pieces, I think I would very much struggle to do that. But if I could find one with a bigger piece, I'll look. I don't know. There's a toy store, believe it or not, right around the corner from my house, and I believe they're open on Saturday. So tomorrow I'll go check. And just because we want to roast Phil with, emulating some of the dumb shit that he does, what we have to do, Cave Teeth, we have to find out how much money did Darksydephil make building Legos. And then I want to have a goal of making twice as much money building Legos that he made, so that we could felt him and show what a loser he is, Cave Teeth. But we appreciate your kindness, generosity, and support. And High Speed Chase is here with $20. You the man, Steven. Keep exposing these wackadoos. You should have sent it 2 separate 10s, because then it would have counted more towards the goal. But I'm thankful for the 20 spot. Thank you very much for your kindness, generosity, and support. Now we just need 36 more people. I think we're going to hit that goal, but I'm a little nervous because the goal says that we only have 38 minutes. So we got to get like $10 every minute or something like that. But thank you, High Speed Chase, longtime show supporter. And Rotary Motion gifted a True Seekers membership. Longtime show supporter, Rotary Motion. And it was Cashthulu, who became a Praise the Cash member thanks to the kindness, generosity, and support of Rotary Motion. Thank you very much. And we've got Paul Coy with a kind and generous 10, just saying oink oink. Well, that's one for the goal. So thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. It is much, much appreciated. We're praising the cash big. And friends, I just want to let you know that Darksydephil is watching this stream and seething every time somebody sends me a dono. He's a pocket watcher. He knew exactly how much money I made on that interview. He sat and counted up every super chat, and then he seethed about it on his show. He may, on his next show, be seething about how much money I made and what kind of bag I got tonight, because that's just the kind of moron loser he is. He's seething. Yeah, and Medina says he is. He is definitely watching and pocket watching. He is adding up my bag, seething, because he can't make this in a day, because he's a terrible show host and he's a bitter, angry little man and a begging moron. Let's get back to the begging.
So I guess I'm not making any money today either because of this garbage. So maybe I should send Sure a bill for the fact that I couldn't work today because they're stuck with a bunch of junk. Literally, I've received 17 different conflicting ways, and none of them are clear. And you have people with the audacity to say, oh, you should have done this off stream. Oh, yeah.
He's been a streamer for 16 years and he can't work. He can't hook up a microphone. Dude, it's probably USB. You just plug it in to a USB port, you fucking moron.
So far, we have 2 super chats and 1 gifted sub for almost 4 hours of streaming.
1 gifted sub and a few super chats for almost 4 hours of streaming.
That's great. I had no intention of doing it like this. I thought we were going to have a normal podcast. I'm sorry, but now there's no time for gameplay. It sure would be great if you could...
Pathetic variety bags, yeah.
Support the stream. That'd be nice. Sucks that this happened. It's time for DSP Tries It, so please stick around. And guys, if you could, it would be great if you could support the DSP Tries It. I realize this is the first piece of real content I'm making today because the podcast was a disaster. Yeah, having a $16 stream is really tough.
A $16 stream? Oh, you loser. You only got $16. Oh, he only got $16.
Not gonna lie, when I'm trying to hit goals of 150 every stream and I just had a $15 stream because...
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. There's another tactic. To increase the donos that some people use. And that is, I'm just going to turn off the camera, right? We're just going to turn off the camera until the super chats increase, or I'll mute the microphone. I can't believe that he's begging. He's begging for money while he's testing a microphone.
of technical issues. Today is probably one of the worst days I've ever had on stream. I raised $16 on a stream where I couldn't make any content for you after having dropped all this money on upgrading my setup.
Oh, there you go.
Can you imagine if we were still doing the streak and I'd be like, the streak just ended because of this? You know how frustrated I would be? Thank God we're not doing the streak anymore. I mean, listen, I don't feel good about making $16, but at the same time, thank God this is not a streak stream because I would be very upset. You're gonna be here, and then when I come back, no one's gonna be here. No one's gonna sit around for 20 minutes for me to go get this. So I'm gonna go from an audience of over 300 people to like 0. I'm gonna go get this food for no one because no one's gonna stick around and even watch. Will you guys at least stick around if I go get it?
No one's gonna stick around and watch me stuff my fat face with fast food.
Hopefully you guys will still be here because if I come back and no one's here, it's really gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, going through all this effort to do this. I'm going to play you some funny clips.
All this effort for $16.
While I'm gone, when I come back, hopefully you'll still be here for DSP Tries It. Please contribute if you can, but at this point, this stream is such a disaster. I don't know what could really redeem it. It's really up to you.
It's a disaster.
Guys, whatever you want to do. If you'd like to support the stream, make up for the fact that I couldn't make any content for you because of the mic situation, that'd be nice, but I'm not asking for it. It's totally up to you what you want to do.
I'm not asking for it. It's totally up to you. And I just want to let my audience know I'm not asking for 35 more $10 super chats so we hit our goal. And I'm not asking for them to all come in the next 33 minutes because that's what we're down to on our goal. It's totally up to you guys. It's totally up to you guys. But we thank High Speed Chase for another kind and generous $10. And that's one for the goal. So we only need 35 more. Very, very kind of you. Yeah. Wow.
The podcast lasted 3 hours. All I did was test a mic today because you can see this is why I didn't do any gameplay like I said I would because of the technical issues. That's why that's that. I'm off to get rid of all this crap. Thank you for watching DSP Tries It Disaster Edition, Nightmare Edition, whatever you want to call it. I would say, hey, thanks.
It's a nightmare. Yes. It's a nightmare because he only got $16 for testing a microphone on stream.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Except, you know, it didn't go very good. What an awful first half of my day. But I missed an entire gameplay session. I got stressed the hell out. I just ate terrible food. I had to buy it twice. I'm not even kidding. I spent over $50 on that Taco Bell. And I made, okay, with that $6 tip, I made $22 today so far.
Oh, we only made $22. The horror.
I've been streaming since 11. Around 6:30 to 6:45 p.m. Pacific time will be Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you'll join me for that, and please, by all means, if you can come by and hang out with me, and please support the stream. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if you could come by tonight,
only made $22
and support the late stream, I would really appreciate it.
No. Total 31 begs. 31 begs. While he's testing a microphone, and I don't know if those 31 begs include all the audits and complaining, right? It's up to you guys, but I will be upset if we don't hit it. Says H, what up? Yes. Yes, it is the mix's fault that I can't make content, not the fact that I'm a spaz. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, we're going to... Oh, there's Not So Green Salad, one for the goal. Steve, would you ever check out Low Tier God? He has done some scummy stuff as well, including being a deadbeat dad and grooming a 17-year-old. He is known as the Black DSP. Low Tier God. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm not familiar with that at all. But yeah, we're looking for new content that would fit this sort of content. It's kind of funny. I've been doing this UFO-related content, but, you know, I'm not very well liked by the UFO community because basically I just shit all over all of their heroes. And so look, we have a good deal of support from skeptics and people who are tired of the UFO grifters and scammers. But the supports for these DSP streams and the Kino kind of, I just call it Kino content. Like these DSP streams, this is Kino type content. So, yeah, I will check into them, and I thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support, because that would mean that now we only need 34 more Super Chats to hit the goal in the next 31 minutes or 32 minutes. So thank you. Ancient Aliens was real, dude, says Cave Teeth. Well, I don't know about that. All right. I don't know if we're going to go through this whole thing, but one of the things that I wanted to mention and highlight is the creativity of some of the so-called detractors. It's just incredible to me, the talent that some of you people have with making fun of this guy. It's like its own art form. So there's a YouTube channel called Ann1337. So go over there and subscribe. El Desiree Emergency, El Crimson King. And this is somebody animated this whole story that Darksydephil told. And this shows you what a scumbag he is. So his girlfriend, not his wife, the girl that he was with before the wife, what was it? Panda Lee was her name. She had like a big anxiety attack at work or something, and then went to the hospital. And he's such a scumbag that he just cried and complained that he had to like stop his playing games and go deal with like a real adult situation. Somebody made an animation about it, and I'm here for it.
Okay, so I go to the hospital, and I walk in to the front main area because I don't know where to go. I don't know if they brought her to emergency. I don't know if she's going to be admitted to the hospital. I don't know what's going on, how serious this whole situation is. I have no idea. Okay. Fly Eagles Fly. Shout out to Fly Eagles Fly, who just did just subscribed to the channel, actually. Thank you, Fly Eagles Fly. I appreciate that. So I walk into the hospital. There's an information desk. It's completely empty. There's no one sitting there. You can tell there's 4 chairs, no one there. I guess because it's Sunday, no one works at this hospital.
Visitor check-in, yes.
So I'm looking around, I'm pacing back and forth. What do I do? Who do I talk to? Finally, I find a phone. It says, "Oh, lift this phone for information." Okay, I pick up the phone. Hello, is this who is this? Can you help me? You know, my girlfriend, I think she's in the hospital somewhere. And they're like, "Oh, okay, what's her name?"
Yeah, I've heard that she is not Asian. She did appear Asian, though. She looked Asian. I don't know what that's about, right? Maybe it's because she was kind of thin and petite and dark-haired.
I give her the name, like, okay, she's still over in emergency, so go this way and go to emergency. Okay, would have been nice if, you know, there was a fucking human working instead of me having to find a random phone that was hidden in this hallway. So, okay. I go through this lobby.
Girlfriend had a medical event that required hospitalization, and he's seething that he had to stop playing video games and go deal with a real adult situation. In other words, he's a scumbag.
Go to the emergency. So again, I walk to emergency. Now there's a line, and I'm like, well, these are people who are hurt. What do I do? So I get in line, but I'm looking around. I wait in line for like 5 minutes, and I realize to my left, way over here, on a tiny little sign, not even like apparent, little sign, it says visitor check-in. I'm like, wow,
right.
If only there was a big fucking sign so everyone would know where to go when they walk into this hospital instead of this tiny rinky-dink sign you can't even see from the front door. So if I get out of the line I'm in, I go over there, talk to a security guy, you know, makes a copy of my license, checks me in. He says, okay, she's down there. She's in room 28. I said, so what's the deal? He says, well, it says here, you know, she had another anxiety attack. Well, not another, because they don't know that she's had them in the past. She says she had an anxiety attack. Apparently she's drugged, and she's in this room
with the
awaiting.
I'm gonna have to start permanently banning people. No, we don't have an echo chamber here. Cambian, you're grifting off grifters. Have you switched to the thing that you are opposed to? You are becoming a grifter. Hard to say as a longtime show supporter. Yeah, I you know, people are gonna have their own opinions about what I do, but I think most people know that I'm joking about the praising the cash. And I would be here with or without the money. But the money is good, and it enables us to do some things. I may be able to buy some plane tickets and do some bigger interviews with people that are in different areas of the country in person. I may be able to purchase some more equipment, set pieces, and other things for the show that is important. And, you know, that's what I'll say about that. True Seekers, you have kids. I bet you could only dream of going to the ER and having this experience. Yet Phil thinks this was bad. You know, hospitals are never fun, but look, it's just a part of life. You don't have to. He cried and complained about this for like an hour. I think they cut it into 15 minutes.
A doctor to kind of come in or whatever. I guess a doctor coming in to check her out. Or no. Actually, I take that back. He said, no, he did say that. He had told me there was a doctor that was checking her out or something like that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go back.
I walk through. I go all
the
way to the back of the emergency area where they've got her in a room, and I go in, and she's conscious, but she's kind of loopy. You could tell they drugged her or something because she wasn't no panic or nothing, no anxiety or nothing. She was just
I don't know. Some people should stay with saying I'm becoming a grifter if you're supporting a guy who works for the biggest grifters in the whole UFO world. I don't know. He grifted too close to the sun. He needs the money to pay his bills. Oh, let's continue with this hospital story.
just like, oh, like loopy like this, right? So I, obviously say you're okay. You didn't fall, you didn't hit your head or nothing, right? No, just, it happens. It sucks because it happens every once in a while. And now this is the worst one she's ever had. So maybe that she has to go see, her doctor and try to get some kind of thing to take care of it. Because the bottom line is,
I don't know, Richard.
Suck. The reason that they suck is
there's
really no way to cure them. Okay. There's things you can do, like for example, you could try a certain kind of breathing, or if there's someone who's like constantly has mental issues and is having these problems, they could go on an antidepressant, but that's not the situation here. The situation is
like he sounds like he's some kind of expert. Era with a kind and generous 10 and 1 for the goal. This animation cuts out the beginning where he took an Uber to the mall she works at to pick up his car first. Getting his car was more important to him than checking if she's okay. Wow, that's something else, Era. Thank you for your kindness. And another 1 for the goal. So we need just 33 more. And how much time do we have to do it? 23 minutes. 33 and 23. I still believe we could do it. We just need a dono bomber. That's what we need right now. This is something else.
Every once in a while, she just gets one, and now it's like a tizzy. You got to try to calm her down, right? Now in this case, they drugged her. So she got drugged, she was woozy or whatever. So I sat there with her, and I'm not even kidding. We're sitting there waiting. I said, well, what are we waiting for? And she says, I guess they told me that there's going to be a counselor that's going to be coming in and talking to me about this and what happened or whatever to make.
He just seems so completely selfish, right? Like he was so annoyed that he had to take time out of his video game day to deal with her having a medical emergency that required hospitalization. Translation, he's a greedy, selfish scumbag who only cares about himself.
All right. And then, we can't get any further help or diagnosis until this counselor comes in. Okay.
CL hearing the call to goal.
So
20.
We're sitting there, and I look down.
Big ups CL.
She's on a hospital gurney or whatever, sitting there in the room. On her lap is a brochure. I said, what's this? I pick it up. Finance it, how to pay. Finance it. I'm like, you're in the emergency room.
So now he's pissed off and worried about how he's going to have to, maybe he's paying for it and he's pissed off.
Already gave you a way to pay the bill? And I'm looking at it like, imagine if you were here and you had your arm chopped off and your arm is fucking splurting blood. Before they start suturing it, do they hand you the payment brochure first just to be sure you could fucking pay? I couldn't believe it. I was like, if that was me and I was sitting in an emergency room, I'd be fucking offended that they would hand me this up front like that. Seriously, I'd be like...
He's offended that a hospital wants to be paid for their emergency medical services. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with this. I'm insulted that you hand me a payment fucking plan already. I mean, this is ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. Okay, I couldn't believe it.
Ridiculous, yes.
So, we wait there. How long? Now, let's see. How long did we wait? Let's see how people can take a guess. How long did we wait? Did we wait 10 minutes? No. Did we wait 20 minutes? No. Did we wait 30 minutes? No. Did we wait 40 minutes? No. Did we wait 50 minutes? No. Did we wait an hour? No. An hour goes by. No one's come in. No nurse. No counselor. Nothing. We're just...
That's nothing.
Sitting there doing nothing.
Here to go to a hospital in Philadelphia. I once sprained my ankle, and I ended up in an emergency hospital. It's called Northeast. I don't even think it's there anymore. And I waited 14 hours in the ER. And I ended up getting an ACE bandage and ibuprofen and some crutches. 14 hours.
Nothing. And we're like, well, what is this? Are we even aware of what's going on here? And, at this point, she was starting to get hungry because now it's like around the time that we would normally eat or whatever. And we're like, God, this is no good. Now we're going to be able to be starving.
Oh my God,
we have to figure out what's going on. So
bitch.
I said, okay, let me leave and go find someone. So I leave the room and I walk down the hallway and there's like a desk at the end of this emergency room.
Oh my God, what a miserable man. Papa Polecat, hearing the call of the goal. Eff it, here you go. He told this story immediately after getting back while she was sleeping in the other room without her permission or consent. Yeah, he didn't have a right to share her private medical information or what happened. He did, in his defense, he did later apologize for that.
Hallway. And I say to the girl there, excuse me, my girlfriend is over in room 28 and she had a panic attack, they drugged her, and we need to know what's going on. We're wondering, is there a counselor coming or whatever, because we're in the dark, we're just standing here, we're not even sure what's going on. And the girl literally looks at me like this and says, I don't know, and no one here knows anything. I was like, wow, what great help, right?
He debunked
she says,
so saying he never asked for money in this
call button, then a nurse will show up, and the nurse will be able to tell you what's going on.
This is very creative.
Okay,
though. The fact that somebody made this whole thing.
I'm making it up. She actually said that. No one here knows anything. Okay, this is great. I know you're loving this story. I'm loving this story. Okay, so then I go back to the room. I tell Leanna, listen, you're going to have to buzz to find out what the hell's going on here. So she buzzes, and we wait. About 5 minutes. It wasn't too bad. Nurse comes in. Woman, she says, what's wrong? What's going on?
Express his victim mentality.
She's so groggy, she can barely talk. She's like, nothing. I just want to know what's happening here. Are we waiting for a counselor, a doctor, or whatever? And the woman looks at us with like a look of scorn, right? A look of scorn. She's like, you've only been here like an hour and a half, and we have other patients. And I'm like, what kind of fucking place is this?
Oh, come on. Welcome to the show. You missed the old Truth Seekers. Do you mean like the show that I did yesterday that made almost no money and took all this time, energy, and attention and planning and research and work to put together? If you don't like this content, then, don't watch when we do this type of content. Watch when we do the content yesterday and maybe support me when I do that stuff if you want to see more of it. But, that old saying, you can't please all the people all the time. And to be very honest, like cards on the table, I am so sick of the UFO grifters that I need to do some other subjects just to stay sane so that I can keep doing that. I have to take a break from UFO crazy land. And so far, I've enjoyed watching this clown, okay? Suffa, welcome to the show. Sea House with a kind and generous $10 and one for the goal. And MTO 2089 says, welcome. This is awesome. Well, some people who have no interest in Darksydephil and haven't, look, I had no interest in Darksydephil, but once you start looking into him, and yes, I know that you have, but what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just do UFO shows and get barely, don't get support of doing more and varied topics? Because that's my choices, is to just, let me just do this content that drives me crazy, constantly connected to that stuff. Or let me do other content. What are we doing? Other content once a week, and twice this week we're doing the old show format, old show content. But you're still complaining. So I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. One single detractor has more creativity in their pinky fingernail than DSP does in his entire body over the past 15 years. I agree with you. So far, I'm on team detractor because they're creative, they're powerful, they're artistic, they got balls. All the things that this guy Phil does just not have.
Like, you're going to talk down to a patient who's been waiting an hour and a half and no one's come in to tell her the status of what's going on. And she asks and you get angry. And I'm like, what the hell? So I said, listen. I said, we're both hungry. She needs food. She hasn't eaten today. So the woman says, okay, I'll go get you some food. So she leaves. She comes.
He's begging the nurse for food. Probably so he doesn't have to. Look, has anybody ever been in a hospital where you're waiting an extremely long time? You go down to the cafeteria and you get coffee and a sandwich or something and you bring it up to the person that's waiting. You don't cry and complain to the nurse.
Comes back.
Oh, and just to be clear, welcome to the show and everybody else. I'm not complaining about the other content, and I'm happy for all the support that we have to do that kind of content. But it is fair to say that I have, like, let's take one example. Go look at this Murder in UFO Land series. Those things took me a month to put each of those episodes together, right? A month to put that together. And so compare the support those get to the support that these type of streams get. You know, it's just, I get it's apples and oranges, but this kind of has been keeping me sane, right? Like, I'm still going to continue to produce the kind of content we're known for, mostly, but maybe once a week we'll do other content like this. And I'm enjoying myself. Most of the audience is enjoying themselves. And thank you, NWO News, for helping us to praise the cash. And TL says, Steve, I've really appreciated your appearances on the casino. You're always interesting and well prepared. Well, thank you for that. I was kind of like really nervous about going on the casino because of that huge audience. So I probably over prepared, TL, but it's always better to be over prepared than it is, right? And thanks for the super sticker. Welcome to the show. And I promise you, like yesterday's show is classic True Seekers content. We got an undercover recording of Lou Elizondo's live show, and we felted him for 2 or 3 hours about how unoriginal and boring it was, and so not worth the money. And we do appreciate your support, so thank you. And listen, honestly, cards on the table, heart on my sleeve. I'm sorry if people don't like this other kind of content and they just want me to do just that kind of content. But to stay sane, I can't. These UFO grifters are driving me nuts. And imagine the psychological impact of, like David Wilcox making $258,000 a year. And I get pennies on the dollar to cover him honestly and ethically and not be a grifter, H-Bomb with 1 for the goal. Big up, Steve, and praise the cash. Well, we thank you for that. And another person, we might still hit that goal. I can't believe it. Detective with 10. Thanks to you being in Kino, I discovered you, and thank you, because I enjoy all your stuff, UFO or otherwise. Bless you, Steve. Keep on keeping on. Well, we thank you very much for that. We really do. It's the high-quality research I like about True Seekers, says Roger Melly. Well, we thank you for that, and we appreciate it. Heavy hitting tonight on grifters, says Dan Peters. Plus his laugh. I am known for that laugh, right? And do you know, I had somebody that is let's just say they're a very successful podcaster. And they said, do you mind if I give you some constructive criticism? And this is way early on in my show. And I said, sure. And one of the things they told me is that laugh of yours it's like a shriek. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Don't laugh like that on stream. And meanwhile, hundreds and hundreds of people all say, I tune in just to hear this guy laugh because he's got a great laugh. So you never know when people give you advice, right? Detective says, growth can bring many great things. There's good with the bad. Yeah. And let's see here. Golden Glover Champ says, your playlist is great, Steve. Phil makes the easiest, most entertaining target, but your ethics at going after all the grifters is key to your account. That said, keep roasting that pig. Keep roasting that pig. Yes, I will. And thank you for your kindness. Let's see if we could get through this. And I've got a little more to share with you.
Back with a turkey sandwich. It's like turkey on rye bread with a piece of lettuce and a piece of cheese and like a packet of
He begged for food and now he's going to complain the food wasn't good enough.
The apple juice looked like it was in like a yogurt cup. I've never even seen apple juice stored like that before. And a string cheese. Now
he's not happy with the food that the nurse brought his girlfriend. He's a food critic now.
Leanna hates string cheese, and Leanna wasn't super hungry for like a sandwich, so she ate some saltines. Good, she got something in her, and there was water there too. I gave her water. She didn't want the apple juice, so we gave her the apple juice or whatever. All right. So now we wait again. We're waiting and waiting. So anyway, I forgot to tell you before the nurse left. She said the counselor's coming. You just have to wait. You have to wait because there's other people here. I'm like, wow. Thanks. How long do we wait for the counselor? What do you think? Do we wait an hour and a half? Yeah, well, no, longer than that. We wait an hour and 45 minutes? Okay, maybe we wait 2 hours? Yeah, no, longer than that. Almost 2.5 fucking hours we sat there. okay, waiting for a counselor to come into the room.
Oh,
the counselor was an elderly woman. You could tell she's probably in her 60s, white woman, comes in with 2 pieces of paper. Okay, she comes in. Hi, how you doing? Are you in pain? No, that's good. You're still having anxiety? No, that's good. Okay. They gave you some drugs, right? Food. Yeah, okay, that's why you're calm, that's why you're woozy, it's because you're on the drugs. So here's 2 pieces of paper explaining what anxiety attacks are. Have you ever had an anxiety attack before? And I'm like, so they admitted her.
Where's my
gourmet They bring her into the emergency room. They administered a drug, and no one even asked her when she was brought in anything at all. They had no basic information whatsoever.
Yeah, hospitals are not known for great food, but I will say this. I spent months and months in Temple University Hospital in University City when I had my brain aneurysm thing. And it was so funny because I don't know why, but I do know why. So I had 4 brain surgeries and I had no appetite during the few weeks. It was like 1 surgery every couple of days or one a week or something like that. And I had no appetite whatsoever. But after the final one was over, it's like my appetite just went crazy. And I was like just crazy hungry. And the nurses were so kind. They were bringing me like an extra dinner late at night. And the food was actually great. I was surprised. So you never know what you're going to get, right? But the nurses were very kind, and they told me, because they eat the food there too during lunches and whatever, or dinner if they have a late shift, and they told me which meals were the best. So Chio with 10 and 1 for the goal. Big up, Steven. This video is one of the best out there. Great choice. Have a great weekend. I'm going to try, and I hope that you all have a great weekend. I have a working weekend this weekend. I will be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern as well.
About this thing. She'd been sitting there for 2.5 hours. She might have been having a life-crippling anxiety attack where she's gonna fucking, lose her mind and be mentally lose her shit. And she comes in and asks, did you ever have an anxiety attack before? She's like, yes. Are they usually like this? Well, I have them, but this is the worst one I've ever had. Oh. Well, do you have a doctor? Yeah. A primary care physician? Yeah. Well, we recommend that you go see your doctor then. I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking for real? Are you fucking for real? Okay. Then she says,
yeah, I was having my lame brain fixed.
There are different ways that we can help with stuff like this. Primarily, what it is we recommend you don't take any drugs at all. You just wait it out. Okay. Now, obviously, just waiting it out doesn't work in the situation that Leanna was in, to the point where they called the paramedics. The paramedics recommended drugging her.
Actually,
so this woman is obviously a fucking buffoon. Okay. So then she said, so typically you should just wait it out, but there's other ways you could do. If it's something that happens all the time, then you could do antidepressants, and that's a long-term medication. But since it doesn't happen all the time with you, usually we just have this what we call kind of an emergency pill.
Well, Phil's still a grifter, though. Just a different
if you ever has you have a bad attack, you could just pop the pill, almost like an EpiPen. It's like an emergency issue where if you have an allergic reaction, you pop yourself with that EpiPen, and it solves the problem. So,
oh my God, he wants her to get an EpiPen for anxiety attacks. That's not what EpiPens are for, Phil. TL with a kind and generous 20 and 1 for the goal. Thank you very much for your kindness, generosity, and support. Yeah, she was probably having an anxiety attack because Phil wanted to bang her, right? I think any woman that Phil's trying to bang is probably prone to anxiety attacks, right? Trolly troll. And thank you, TL, for helping us to praise the cash. Much, much appreciated. Just give her a pill so I could, just give her a pill so I could go back to playing video games, right?
Same thing here. You have a problem, pop the pill, right? And it'll cure the problem or whatever. But
this is unbelievable, Al.
You don't recommend you do that all the time because, as you can see, you are tired and loopy, and you don't want to be that all the time, right? And I'm like, this is the most, stupid, what's the word I'm looking for? Patronizing woman I've ever heard in my life. She's given 0 useful information whatsoever, and we waited 2.5 fucking hours for her. Okay?
See,
by the way, I'm not done yet, but I want to give a shout out to
I think what he's mad at is that he had to take hours off of playing video games for a day. That's what he's so upset about. Selfish, greedy pig.
Smart Weirdo 95 did a 2,000-bit cheer. Thank you, Smart Weirdo 95. He says, I've been watching since I was in middle school. Now I'm in college. Thanks for entertaining me over the years. Thank you very much, Smart Weirdo. That's very appreciated. 2,000-bit cheer is awesome. And obviously, he is the cheerleader today for the stream. Okay. Okay. So.
You got to thank the pay pigs in between your bitching.
She literally says, okay, well, I'm done. See you later. And she starts walking out the door. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going to happen now? Are we still staying? Are you going to get a doctor? What's going to happen here? And she says, I guess I'll go talk to the doctor. And then she leaves. American healthcare, ladies and gentlemen. What a great system we have, right?
Oh, my God.
So guess how long that we waited? Guess how long that we waited, folks.
Every time he says, guess how long we waited, what he's really saying is, guess how long I couldn't play video games.
About another 20 minutes, I would say. About another
20 minutes
we just sat around doing nothing.
Video games.
So now for a grand total,
Hell on
we've been in this
earth
place
for
for almost 3
Darksydephil.
hours. Okay, almost 3 whole hours. Finally, who comes in the room? The doctor, right? The doctor comes in and says, "Oh, let's see." No, the nurse comes back in. The same nurse that gave us the sandwich. Oh, well, we had your blood pressure monitored this whole time. Your blood pressure looks fine. Everything looks good. She turns off all the machines. She says, "Okay, you can go." Wait, that's it? So you're not going to prescribe a medication? You're not actually going to do any tests? You're not going to do anything? That we just waited 3 hours. All you did is you gave her a pill, which you could have fucking done, and just left her somewhere.
Just give her a pill and leave her somewhere.
To the emergency room whatsoever, because they did nothing. They didn't actually help her in any way besides just give her a pill. So we wasted over 3 hours in this emergency room. That was it. That was it. And then
again, I couldn't play video games for 3 whole hours.
We're like shocked. We're actually shocked that this is it. This is the whole treatment that we got. So we're walking towards the front of the hospital, and there's this area here that says, if you are, being, what's the word? Discharged, you have to stop here. So we stop there, and the woman, and she looks around.
She's probably like, come on, man. I haven't played video games in 3 hours. I gotta go play, I have to go play Call of Duty. I don't have time to take care of this girl that lives with me. That's my girlfriend and fiance. I don't have time for this bitch. I gotta go play Call of Duty. Come on, man.
In the corner, she says, hi. She said, well, did the nurse give you the paperwork that said what you're here for? And we're like, yeah, here's the paperwork about anxiety. Okay, bye. See you later. That was it. So 3 hours in a hospital, in an emergency room area, nothing whatsoever useful was done whatsoever to Leanna. The drug that they gave her to help her was an hour earlier. That's American healthcare. Now, by the way, I guarantee you, we don't know what the bill is because we don't have it yet. They're going to mail it, obviously. I guarantee you it's going to be like $1,000. I'm not even exaggerating. I guarantee you that bill.
And here he's pissed off that he's going to have to pay for his girlfriend's hospital visit.
Gonna fucking show up, and it's gonna be anywhere between $500 to $1,000. I guarantee it. Yeah, she has insurance. She actually is covered in insurance because she's already under the plan of her mother. That was one of the things that Obamacare actually helped with, is that it allows people who are young enough to be covered up to the age of 26 under the health insurance plan of their parents. So she's still covered under her mother. But I guarantee you, we're gonna get a giant bill in the mail. For nothing. For a pill. Where they could have just handed her the pill and said $80 for
pill $1, sandwich $999.
Pill or whatever. But instead they had to bring her to the fucking hospital, and they did nothing. They literally did nothing to help her, and now she's gonna get a giant bill. So there you go. Isn't that a great story, ladies and gentlemen?
No, this is a terrible story because it shows that you are an insensitive, selfish prick who could care less that your girlfriend had this event happened, which was so traumatic, it landed her in the emergency room. And listen, not for nothing, but anxiety is a very serious issue for some people. And for some people, those anxiety attacks feel like a heart attack. It's very serious. And if you have an anxiety attack bad enough to land you in the hospital, that's a very serious medical problem. And instead of being concerned with his girlfriend's well-being, he's bitching because he might get a bill. And he's bitching because he couldn't play video games for 3 hours. Jerko Set is asking, hey, Steve, are you still planning on going on Kino Casino when they come back? Love the segments. And it's really up to them. I will go on Kino Casino whenever they ask me. And I will drop any other plans I have and put that as a priority because it's been great. Doing those segments on their show has been great for my channel's growth. And I think Those guys are very talented. I love their show. It's funny as hell. I would do it anytime they ask me. But it's really up to them, and we'll leave it at that. And we want to thank Cave Teeth for 5. I wonder why she was so anxious when this is how you react to having to be with her for 3 hours to make sure she's okay. Yeah, poor girl. She dodged a bullet leaving this moron. And by the way, does anybody know how I can contact her? Because we'd like to interview her, this Panda Lee girl. I'll do it. Ara with 5. Why is he expecting specialized advice from a general counselor? Following up with your general practitioner is the standard procedure. He wants an instant solution. Yeah, can you fix this bitch so I can just go back to playing video games for 20 hours a day? Hurry up, give her a pill or something and leave her somewhere. Fix this bitch so I don't have to stop my video game time. That's the translation here. It's ridiculous. Edmund with 5. Here's $5, you snake. Go spend it on an ethot. Ack. Well, I'm married, so I don't really spend money on like OnlyFans or any of that stuff. I've never asked my wife how she would feel if I spent money on like a OnlyFans girl or an ethot or any thirst traps. I just don't, because I think she would find it disrespectful. But thank you, Edmund. But this is coming from the same woman, my wife, who used to go to strip clubs with me. And by the way, a tip for you men, if you want to have a good time at a strip club, take a date. Take a girl with you. You'll have a much better time. And then all of the girls at the strip club, they kind of leave you alone. And I don't know what... Here's my thing. And by the way, I haven't been to a strip club in years. But when we used to go, this is before we had children, when we used to go, all the girls, they would see you with a hot girl with you, and they know you're not a loser that they could siphon money from, and they kind of just leave you alone. Maybe they'll come up and talk to you a little bit or ask you if you want a private dance, but they generally leave you alone. And I don't want to talk to them and stuff. I'm sure some of them are very nice people, but I just want to watch the dancing. That's what I'm there for. And sure, I'll throw some money up on the pole or give the pole girl money or whatever. But I don't really want the couch dances. I think that's a little too intimate, and it's awkward. I didn't like it. So my point is, go with a girl. Because when you go to a strip club with a girl, especially a hot girl, they know that you're not that desperate dude that's there that they could siphon a lot of money from. It costs you much less. You have a better time. All of the girls at the strip clubs we went to would come up and talk to my wife. At the time, she was my girlfriend, and asked her what club she danced at. I guess she looked like a stripper. I don't know. NWO News with 2 and just says True Seekers. Yeah, so let's see if we can't finish this. And I got a little more to share with you after this.
Isn't that great? I mean, it's just such a great American healthcare system, right? So now she's zonked out. She's sleeping, in the room because of, everything. She's still on the pills made her all loopy or whatever. So we did on the way home. I stopped and we got food. We grabbed like chicken sandwiches and we just ate them. And now she's sleeping. So that's what happened. Unbelievable.
Now I got to try to explain it. I don't know. I would tell her that me and some friends were going. And one time she said, Flirty Queen is asking, why would you go with your wife? Well, at the time she was my girlfriend. And, I was in a band, and then there was this other band that we played with all the time. And after the gigs, late at night, we would go to these all-night strip clubs for like after party or whatever. And so one time she said, can I go with you? And I was like, really? You want to go with me? And we did that one time, and we had a good time. We had some drinks, and you kind of party. There's good music. There's entertainment, right? See, Salty Pug says, I used to go with my ex-husband. So it's not that uncommon. Why would you go with your girlfriend? Because it's a good time. And then your girlfriend can watch you and know that you didn't do anything stupid. Because some of those strip clubs, there is some stuff that happens in that private room that probably your girlfriend or your wife would find objectionable. But if she's with you, she'll know exactly what you did. And what instrument did you play in the band, Steve? Well, I played keyboards and guitar very badly, drop D guitar, but mostly in all the bands, I was just a singer. but I would use whatever basic musician skills that I had to help write the music and the songs too in most of the bands that I was in. And I really, for a long period, I was a solo artist and I did everything myself in the studio. And then I just got friends, to help me play live, like get a drummer friend, get a guitar player friend, but they were all my songs. Yeah. One of the 3 times I've ever been to a strip club was with a girl I was dating. I think it's a fun date. And if a girl is open enough to go to a strip club with you, she's probably a fun girl and you're going to have a fun time. What genres did you play? Well, just search for, you could search for the Phoenix Files here on my channel. And there's an album that I made. I don't know, rock, electronic rock. Some people would say industrial. I had a lot of different phases. I like synthesizers. I like really heavy guitars. Steve, original music he posted was really cool. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we got to get through this. There's only a few more minutes here. I got sidetracked with the stripper club story.
Oh my God. The thing is, I know if this ever happens again, I'm going to tell him, you are not allowed to bring her to the hospital. No, you get no permission to fucking do it. You can't give her a pill. You want to give her a pill, and that's it, because you're just going to waste our time again. You didn't help us at all.
Yeah, waste our time. In other words, I had to waste 3 hours of my life going and getting this bitch from the hospital, and I couldn't play Call of Duty or whatever dumbass game I was playing that day for 20 hours.
What I thought.
You interrupted my gaming.
I said counselor. I thought they were going to have like an actual psychiatrist or counselor come in and talk, and let's talk. Maybe I could talk it out and help you with some of your stress or your issues, or maybe something happened at work in particular that you could talk through that could help you so that you can get that stress relieved and it doesn't happen again. That was the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life. That woman could have been anyone. That woman could have been the fucking janitor that just walked in. Who knows? Because she had no knowledge besides what she...
He's so angry. And remember, this is right after he got back with her. And he jumps right on a stream to complain about it. And then he begged for money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he had such a tough day. Then he begged for money.
And by the way, the article, and this is not even an exaggeration. The article they brought in about anxiety was from 1996. A 21-year-old outdated article from the Mayo Clinic about anxiety.
Boy. Sounds like he had just a terrible day. His gaming stream got interrupted. He was unable to play games for a whole 3 hours, having to take care of a loved one.
Oh my God.
Here's him posting the video. And I think that is it. Yeah, because I think this is copyrighted music, so we'll skip that portion. Oh man, what a selfish, greedy pig. Oh geez, I had to not stream and not play video games for 3 whole hours to take care of a loved one. Like how dare this girl have an anxiety attack that lives with me and me have to go and help her? Like how dare she? And the next let me just catch up with the live chat. We'll take some comments and questions, put them in all capital letters. I have one more piece, but I'm hesitant to share it because it's a lot of F-bombs. So maybe we'll save that for another stream. Because this one video I found of him shitting all over his supporters really does display what kind of a person he is. Sleepy says, so glad I caught the stream. Yeah. High Speed Chase says, have a good night. Yeah, I think we're winding down and we're at 24 of 50. The goal ended. We almost got halfway to the goal, which is still very good. So thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support. And I'm sure I still got a big fat bag because there were so many super chats, and many of them, though, didn't count towards the goal. Next time we'll be a little more conservative in our goal. But we appreciate you. And also, I want to ask a favor of everyone. There's other ways that you can support our show besides just money, right? Money good, though, right? We started... For years now, people know that my streams are known to be very long, and then we do these deep dives, And the deep dives can be 12-hour long videos, because what we do is we study a certain topic endlessly. And we take, like, 6 shows where we did 2 hours on individual topics, and then we glue them all together and make these 12-hour deep dives. So we're very well known for very long content. And for years and years now, people have been asking me for short content and make a clips channel. So I'm going to ask you, especially if you're one of those people that has been asking me for a clips channel, because isn't it funny? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people over the years have said, you should do a clips channel, Steven, but we've gotten very little support over there. So I'm just going to pin it in the live chat. It says subscribe to our new clips channel. We'd like to get that monetized, and I have somebody standing by that's going to be the clips producer, and I'm going to make some kind of deal with them whereby, at least I think this is the way it's going to go, but I don't know. So there's going to be a clips producer. If we could get that channel monetized, I'm going to agree to have a clips producer who will take a split of that channel, but we need to get it monetized. So I'm going to put it in the live chat. Subscribe to our new clips channel here. And we've got, 500 or more people watching. So please do go over. I'm going to pin it in the live chat. So pinned in the YouTube live chat will be, it's just Truth Seekers Clips on YouTube. But if you go over to the YouTube live chat, it'll be pinned in the chat right at the top. So it says, subscribe to our new clips channel here. It would be very, very helpful to me if you guys can go over and subscribe to the clips channel. We've got to get 1,000 subscribers and something crazy like 4,000 hours of watch time within 1 year. And Sleepy says, clip channels are great for extending your reach. Clips are easily digestible when they're recommended in people's feeds. Yes, and then they find your main channel, and yeah, I think it's a great idea. So we have many of our funniest bits are over there already. So I would appreciate your kindness to go over there and subscribe. Roger Melly, has already heard the call and went over and subscribed. It's very easy to do that. Dan, you're missing the big picture. He can destroy everything and everyone and profit from your loss. I don't know what that's about. Sleepy, this is how I found Kino Casino. Yeah, they have a very successful clip channel. Operation Shutdown says, I have been enjoying the clips channel, especially the Stephen Greer Porta Potty one. Well, yeah, go over and check it out. It's our funniest bits are over there. I'm not going to share any right now. Just go over. It's called Truth Seekers Clips on YouTube. So if you're listening to the audio podcast, just go on over to YouTube, put Truth Seekers Clips in the search bar. The first thing that pops up should be me, the strange guy with sunglasses. Go there, smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you'll know every time that we post a new video to our new Clips channel. And by the way, I'm going to be posting 5 or 10 new clips to the Clips channel right after broadcast. I have another show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then I have to update the audio podcast, and then I have to post 10 or 20 clips to the Clips channel, and then I'm done for my work week, and I get 1 day off, and then we'll be back Monday, I believe. We'll see how things go. So I think I've shared enough with you, and we're at over 3 hours, almost 3 hours and 15 minutes. So we've done our due diligence. Well, I don't know. Archaic Revival, who is Dan and who are you arguing with? Try to be nice. Remember, we have that rule. Be respectful of everybody else in the live chat. It's very important. That one is gold, Operation Shutdown. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. The Porta Potty is one of my favorites. And for those unaware, this UFO grifter, Stephen Greer, he showed this secret base where they're back engineering the alien spaceships. And at the top of it was all of these porta potties. So it's just ridiculous. Like they have this underground top secret base, but they don't have shitters. You got to go up and shit in a porta potty. It makes no sense. It's so stupid. So we made a funny bit about it. TL with one for the road. Yes, I should warn everybody. There's only a few minutes left in the stream. So if you want to throw a super chat and want me to read it, you got to do it now. I have, after the credits music, come back on and read a super chat, but I don't like to do that. So if you want, we read every single super chat. Oh, we'll check in with the Kick. We got to check in with the Kick subscribers. There may be more kind and generous Kick people. Let's get some subs over there on Kick. I'm going to get my first Kick. I'm going to get my first Kick paycheck, I think, next month. Does anybody know how that works? I think it's after the month you get it. Like the month has to end, because we just started getting the ability for people to sub and give subs. We just started getting that in February. And we are up to 81 gifted subscriptions and 6 subscribers. So that's 87 subs. So 87 times 5. That's my first Kick paycheck. And I got to say, for any content creator who asks me, I would highly recommend Kick.com so far. Because listen, we tried Odyssey, we tried Rumble, we tried Rockfin, we tried Red Pill or Pilled, we tried Rumble, we tried all of these alt video sites, and we made almost no money on all of them. Twitch, every once in a while, we pass the threshold and I get $50. It doesn't take any extra resources to stream on Twitch, so we keep that channel. But Kick so far has been the best alt video streaming site besides YouTube. And it's basically enabled us to get an extra week's pay. Like, imagine if you could get an extra week's paycheck. Imagine if you could get an extra week's paycheck in the month. So in other words, instead of getting 4 paychecks in the month, you're getting a 5th extra, like 1 extra week pay. So far, it's been great. And we want to thank all of you kind and generous people. We had Devoured Eagle gifted a subscriber over on Kick today. Clydesdale gifted a subscriber. And then Clydesdale gifted 5 subscriptions. Dambit gifted a subscription. And then 2 people subscribed today over on Kick. That's Bloodwolf2A2 and Jake Raz. So we thank all of you kind and generous subs over on Kick and people gifting subs. Very, very kind of you. And just to say, so we are going to get a pretty decent paycheck, like a little over $400 for our first month really streaming on Kick. That's not bad. That's very good. Iron Chef Sakai is here. $49.99. Is that really Iron Chef Sakai? If it is, Iron Chef Sakai, do you want to be a moderator here? I will give you, if that's really you, Iron Chef Sakai, I will give you a moderator wrench right now. And praise the cash, praise the cash. Don't give any more money to Darksydephil. You give it to that Lex girl and me. And we will coddle you and love you like the good pay pig should be coddled and loved, Iron Chef Sakai. And thank you, even if this is somebody goofing on Iron Chef Sakai, for their kindness, generosity, and support. It is much, much appreciated. It's the guy. Is it really him? Somebody tell me, is it really him? If it's really him, I'm going over there and making him, I'm going to go over and make him a moderator. Iron Chef Sakai, sup loser? No, he's a winner now. If he's giving me money, he's a winner. Iron Chef Sakai is a winner. 1 second. Add as moderator. There we go. You have now become a moderator. You get a wrench, Iron Chef Sakai. How's that? I don't know if Phil made you a moderator, but he was holding the moderator thing, right? There she blows. There's the whale. Yes, it's right at the end, too. And boy, am I happy to see Iron Chef Sakai. We think that you deserve better, and you should spend your time with winners, and you should give your money to winners like me and that Lex girl. Isn't she fun, right? Iron Chef Sakai. Somebody's saying Iron Chef Sakai is sick in the head. Hey, you better be nice, because he's a moderator here now. He could boot you from the chat right now. Tonight just keeps getting better and better. Hey, Phil, your pay pig just gave me $50 instead of you. I win, bitch. I always win, Phil. And you're going to be broke. And you're going to be a loser. Because Truth Seekers is just greater than DSP. And everybody knows it. And now we've got one of your former pay pigs as a moderator here. Of course, he's going to have to keep dropping big dono bombs like that, you know. Better than that piece of shit, Phil. Yes. If I suddenly can't talk, you know why, says Mikey Fish. No, I will. Iron Chef Sakai, here's the rules of being a moderator here. You're allowed to time somebody out if they're saying something that is racist, or if they're being really a dickhead to another user and they won't slow down and shut up. You are allowed to put them in timeout, but only I am allowed to hide a user from the channel or permanently ban them. That's the rules here as far as moderators go. ICS is here. Let's go, says Iron Chef Sakai. And yes, Iron Chef Sakai, I would like an interview with you. I would like you to be on the next pig roast. That's part of being a moderator. You could come on the show and we'll do like a meet the moderator segment, and you could tell your story about how you were redeemed and saved from Loserville and giving money to Darksydephil, and how we saved you by making you give your money to me and that hot Lex girl instead of Darksydephil. Because remember, friends, every dollar that one of Darksydephil's pay pigs gives me is one less dollar that he gets. And that's called winning, friends. That's called winning. Yeah, get on the interview, Iron Den. You can email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. People always somehow screw that up, though. So let me, I'm going to create a banner. 1 second. I'm going to put my email address in here. truthseekershow@gmail.com. This is my email address, Iron Chef Sakai. And I want you to email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. It's one truth seeker, the word show, all one word, @gmail.com. And let me know if you can do this interview. And you can do it voice only. You don't have to have a webcam or be on video. We'll just make an avatar for you. And we want to hear your story of redemption. How you were saved from being a pay pig loser, giving money to a loser, to becoming a pay pig winner, giving money to winners like me and that Lex girl. Because isn't that fun? So, yeah, be sure to email me and we'll try to set it up for the next time we do a show on Darksydephil. You come on. I'd like one of the former supporters every show to come on and tell their story of what happened and why. We really don't care. I care. Cope and seethe. Cope and seethe. We love redemption. Yes, please, ICS. See, they all want to hear from you, ICS. Can't wait for the seethe. Well, so far, I don't know. What are we up to? He gifted like 160 subs to that girl. That's like, what is that? Like $600-700? And he gifted me so far $150. That's like Iron Chef Sakai gave like $1,000 of his Darksydephil money to me and that Lex girl, which means that Darksydephil is a loser and he's going to go broke now. He's going to go broke, and it couldn't happen to a nicer scumbag. Yes, the seething will begin. Troll says, yes, dish the dirt on DSP. Oh boy, another chef for the pig roast. Yes. So, my friends, we have done our due diligence and we have made more money today than Darksydephil. And any day that I make more money than Darksydephil is a good day to jam it in his greedy ass. Because right now, he is pocket watching me. I'm telling you, friends, right now, he knows. I don't know how much money I made tonight, but I guarantee you that Darksydephil has been seething, sitting with a calculator, adding up every dollar. Seething! Because that's money he thinks he earned. But he's a shitty show host and an e-beggar and a moron. And he doesn't deserve the money, right? Iron Chef Sakai gave Lexi about $4,000. That was Phil's money. Did he really? $4,000. Damn, he was light on me. He only gave me $150, but I get it. Like I'm not an attractive young female. If I was in his position, I would give me the $150 and her the $4,000 too. God bless her, $4,000. Jesus Christ, he's going to buy that girl a new car, and as well he should. He should buy me a new car too, but you know, Phil needs his mortgage money. Oh, Iron Chef, did you really give that girl $4,000? God bless you, dude. God bless you. Like, wow, I'm impressed. $4,000. I'm a little jealous too because I could use $4,000. By the way, I'm trying to buy a used pickup truck from one of my neighbors at the cabin. I need a 4-wheel drive pickup truck. So I'm trying to raise about $4,000. I'm just saying, Iron Chef Sakai, you know. Steve is erect. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Interview confirmed. He said, hell yeah, I did. He gave this Lexi girl $4,000 that might have gone to Darksydephil if he wasn't a moron loser. Wow. Iron Chef Sakai, I'm terrible at cars. I'd have to text my neighbor. All I know that it is a later model, very well maintained, 4-wheel drive V8 truck, full size bed, bench seat. I think maybe it's a Tacoma. I don't know. I don't know anything about trucks, but I know that my neighbor is very good at auto mechanics, and I always saw him work. He lives right across the street from my cabin. He's my nearest neighbor and kind of my best friend, really. And he was always working on that thing. Oil changes, brakes. It's super well maintained. The only reason he's selling it, and by the way, he loves that truck, but the only reason he's going to sell it to me, it's because his work bought him a brand new truck with more storage on the sides for tools. He's like a construction guy. He builds decks and what do you call those things? Yeah, like screened in porches, decks, additions on homes and things. So they bought him a brand new truck. He was using his own truck for his job. Yeah, I need it for bills and taxes, Iron Chef Sakai. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money, Iron Chef Sakai. I need that money. My mortgage is due. I need that money for groceries and WWE champions too. I need that money, Iron Chef Sakai. I really, really do. That reminds me, I should play us out with that song. So I'm trying to bounce out of here. We've done our due diligence. No, we haven't. I forgot to message. Yeah, and 1 second. I forgot that one of the other ways that you could support us, and maybe we got some in our e-begging sampler, one of the other ways that you can support us here is through PayPal pledges. And if you're going to throw a big amount, it's good to do it through PayPal or gifting subs on Kick because they take the least amount. We did. Wow, look at that. We want to thank Initials LM for an $80 PayPal. You gotta love it. Praise to cash. Praise to cash. Thank you very much for your kindness, generosity, and support. People heard the e-begging sampler pitch that we borrowed from DSP. And also, we have Initials JW with a kind and generous $10. And then we have Maria with a $50 PayPal who says, this is funny. I wasn't sure I would like this Darksydephil stuff, but now I'm hooked. Well, good. I'm glad to see. So and then Nemesis Specs with $12. And I want to thank Nemesis Specs because she said the guys over at Hidden in Plain Sight said, and in the future it would be a good idea to get together with you and a few other people that report on David for a roundtable or something like that. It would be awesome. And thank you, Nemesis Specs. We're going to do that next week. I believe next weekend. So it's coming up. It's really coming up. Iron Chef Sakai, my guy, you need a real friend and to meet a woman. I work as a coach, you know, you can do it. I'll even help. Stop pissing away all your money, except to Steve. Yeah. No, don't. Yeah. Come on. He's not, when he gives me money, he's not pissing it away. He's investing in the future of my success. And I could think of nothing better for somebody to invest their hard-earned money in than my future happiness and success, right? The deeper you go into the snore text, the more hooked you become. I see that. I see that. And Alga Ray says, would love to see you on with the Hidden in Plain Sight guys. We're going to do that next week. It's a small world of people that cover Darksydephil, or excuse me, that cover David Wilcock. It's much smaller than the world of people that cover DSP. So it was bound to happen eventually, but we're going to try to we're both very busy. The worst thing is people, two different shows trying to coordinate one night that they can both stream together because everybody's so busy and they've got their own content to make, and so do I. Golden Glover Champ says, correct. I apologize. Steve and his family prosper. Iron Chef Sakai breaks his pignosis. Win-win. That's right, Darksydephil. We got your pay pig now. He's one of our chat room moderators. No more donos for you. No more goals. Good luck hitting those goals, bitch. Without Iron Chef, now he's on our side, bitch. Because we win. Because we always win. Operation Shutdown says True Seekers plus Hidden in Plain Sight is gold. I think those guys are so funny. Every time I watch them, I want to have a co-host, but I can't really afford a co-host, and I'd really rather not split everything. So, yeah. And Elise D'Avalon is here. Just reminder, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing a Wacky World of Wilcox show. And if you're a DSP detractor or follower of the Snortex, as it's called, and you don't know who David Wilcock is, just tune in. This guy lies through his fake teeth constantly. The Archangel Michael told him to take baths and piss to get superpowers, and then he did, and he got the superpowers, and he was able to move that bullet out of the way when Trump almost got assassinated. So he saved Donald Trump from being killed. He's really important. Iron Chef Sucks Guys with kind and generous $10 says, hey, it's me too. Iron, come on. Hey, don't insult our moderator like that. That wasn't nice, but it was funny, so we have to allow it, and I hope he understands that. Thank you very much for your kindness, generosity, and support. Oh, and I have one more piece of business. Speaking of prospering, I don't know if you can see this. This is a new sponsor of ours, and I'm just going to introduce them to you tonight. We're not going to do this on stream, but they're called Buzz Drops, and this is like an alcohol alternative, and we're gonna be an affiliate. And what this is it's a dropper, and you drop this in any beverage. So if you like Dr. Pepper, like me, you just get yourself a Dr. Pepper and some ice. One drop. There's a measuring thing on here, and I believe it's cannabis based and some other, yeah. You get a nice buzz on any drink, no hangovers, and I don't know. I am liking this so far. I tried it a couple days ago. I had another couple shots yesterday, and it gives you a nice buzz, like a couple of glasses of wine, maybe, or something like that. But I'll have more information. I will read you the ingredients when I do a more proper thing, but I just wanted to welcome and thank Buzz Drops. They sent me this awesome care package, and I've got Buzz Packs. These are like powdered, and you put it in water, It's pretty good, and they sent me all kinds of gummies. They make gummies, so if you like gummies, this is the company for you. And I don't know where I put the gummies right at the moment, but I'm enjoying the product so far. And they were so kind. They sent me like a huge bag of the Buzz Drops and the Buzz Packs and the Buzz Gummies. I've just been buzzed. It's great. And yes, no hangover is a plus. Absolutely. So we're going to do a proper commercial, and then we're going to have a landing page that you could go to and order some of their products. And of course, I'll be very honest, I'm getting some money from that, but it's a great way to support the show with a sponsor. And then I don't have to beg for money from my viewers so much, because the companies will be paying me. I think we're going to do 1 or 2 quick ad reads a show. One from Buzz Drops and one from another person who's been reaching out to me wanting to be a sponsor of the show. Anyway, Ty Please says Stephen high as F. No, it's just a light buzz. It wasn't really, you're like, when it comes to cannabis, I'm a super lightweight. I remember growing up, like the weed is different now. It really is. The cannabis that they sell in these dispensaries, holy shit, is it strong? When I was young and a musician, I could smoke 2 or 3 joints and try that now. No. It's like, holy shit, I didn't want to visit another dimension today, right? Yes, I'm not an indica guy. I'm a sativa guy, because I like to do some sativa and then work on like editing or something like that. Autobahn says, we need to save Jade from the pig roach. True Seeker Show. We'll make it a mission. Autobahn, message me. How can we save Jade from sending money? So listen, so far we're winning. We've already pulled one pay pig, a big whale, off of Darksydephil donators, right? Now we've got to target some of the rest of the big donators and get him out of there, right? Indica all day. Yeah, I like indica sometimes, but it's sometimes it just makes me sleepy, right? Send Jade to Lex, says Iron Chef Sakai. What about me? You're a chat room moderator here, Iron Chef. Shouldn't you be supporting the show that you're the moderator for first? Especially if she's a big pay pig with a lot of dono bombs. Send her to me. All right, so my friends, I want to thank all of you for the tremendous outpouring of support. I'm sure Darksydephil is seething right now, adding up all the money that I've made today. It was a good day, another big fat bag of money. Thank you, Darksydephil. God bless Darksydephil. People love to hate him so much that they're willing to pay people a lot of money just to shit on the guy, which is really bizarre, right? It's really kind of bizarre. I'm trying to find that I Need That Money song. I know I had it. What happened to it? Ugh, I'm a mess. Oh, I do. I think I do have it. Yeah. So we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. We want to thank you, kind and generous benefactors, you Patreon supporters, you PayPal pledgers, you Kick subbers, and people gifting Kick subs. And we thank you, YouTube channel memberships, you super chatters, super stickers, super thanks, and you people buying me a coffee. Thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support. I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be doing a show on the Wacky World of Wilcock, getting back to some of our usual content here for the people who are upset that I'm doing other subjects. We'll be back to the Wacky World of Wilcock tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope you'll be here with us. So that's all I got for you, friends. We want to welcome Iron Chef Sakai and congratulate him on his escape from the pignosis, because now he's going to be on a winning team here, and he's going to be respected and loved, and really, really, big ups to Iron Chef Sakai for breaking out of that cult of losers giving this loser money, because now he's going to be on the winning team, and we've even made him a chat room moderator here. You might see a wrench next to his name, because we congratulate him and welcome new moderator Iron Chef Sakai. So that's all I got for you, friends. Until next time, my name is Stephen Cambian. Good night, and God bless all of you. Especially you, Darksydephil, because you keep putting big fat stacks of money in my pocket. God bless you, you scumbag.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Darksydephil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my laugh sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. Really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor beams. Bathroom breaks. Playing WWE. Relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. Like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at Evo. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill, the condo fees, my mortgage, my taxes, my back taxes, my current taxes, my state taxes, my federal taxes, my tax attorney, my tax guy, my tax accountant, my bankruptcy lawyer, all of my credit cards, my new setup, and a new laptop, PS5, gin, bowl of ramen, WWE champion.
Darksydephil is begging today. He needs your tips and you must pay. Darksydephil, he's begging tonight. He needs your cash, it's just not right. He begs for money night and day. For all of the games he wants to play. Must hit the goal or he don't win. He needs the cash to pay for gin. Darksydephil is begging today. He needs your tips and you must pay. Darksydephil, he's begging tonight. He needs your cash, it's just not right. They know today, yes they do. He'll hit his goal, and that's true. Tune in and watch his Santa Claus. climb. No money, honey, watch him whine. Whine. Yes, they do. Here is gold, even if that's true. Too many watches said decline. No money, honey, watch him whine. Watch him whine. Darksydephil is begging today. He needs your tips and you must pay. Darksydephil, he's begging tonight. He needs your cash, just not right. Why? Don't lie. That's just not right. He came on with power and light. Back in the day, he always thrived. Now he needs your help to survive. Support his stream or watch him die. Darksydephil is streaming again. Support and tips, his only friend. Darksydephil is streaming again. Support and tips, his only friend. Lost his fire and lost his light. He's playing games but lost his fight. Getting worse and fading fast. A fire built on lies can last. Darksydephil is streaming again. Support and tips, his only friend. Darksydephil is streaming again. Support and tips, his only friend. This could be the end. Yes, this may be the end. This could be
Is this not why you were here?